the end of August. The coronavirus pandemic is forcing it to be played without spectators. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
The great thing about facts, they're proven. Like the fact that crude oil contains impurities. Or that base oil made from natural gas is 99.5% free of impurities. And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made from natural gas, not crude oil. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Based on seamless 4A wear test using SAE 5W30.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. The world's best dads deserve the best Father's Day gifts, and Ace is the best place to find them. We have a great collection of brands dads trust, like outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego, power tools from Milwaukee, grills from Big Green Egg, Traeger and Weber, and coolers from Yeti. Find them at your neighborhood Ace.
Can you hear me okay?
For curbside pickup.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Thank you.
Always remember, with gifts he'll love from Ace. At participating stores, see store for details.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
K-How News Time, 10:03.
State leaders are taking your public input until 5 o'clock tonight on draft guidelines for indoor and outdoor gatherings.
This would include for things like wedding receptions, theaters, fairs, concerts, and other various events.
Sure is.
And one of the biggest guidelines will be based on
Boy, I tell you what
the venue is indoors or outdoors, as well as the square footage of the venue. Organizers must also create specific entrances and exits that can ensure 6
What do you
feet
tell you
of
what do you think?
To have a business and stuff that you thought was even a successful one, like a restaurant. I mean, they're just. It's going to be a big change. Hey, Doc.
What's up?
We're going to have to do an update and call that lady with the homelessness thing and find out what Doc owes. I had an email here that says, hey, show this receipt to Doc.
How much did she collect?
I don't know. We're going to have to do an update on air and stuff.
Okay.
Let's see.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
Just getting word of a crash coming in downtown, northbound
And
I-25.
we're up this way, everybody know?
Blocking the right lane, expect delays, watch out for crews arriving to the scene. Crews are still working on that wreck on the ramp from northbound I-225 to westbound I-70. That ramp is solid stop and go. Best to avoid it for now. Now the rest of the drive across town in fairly decent shape. The exit ramp from westbound I-76 to 88th Avenue is still closed again today for road work. The weather forecast, mostly sunny today, hot with a high near 94. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight, a low of 54. Right now, it's partly cloudy in Denver and 64. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Get your free credit scorecard today, even if you're not a Discover customer. It includes your FICO credit score, and checking your scorecard won't hurt your credit. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Advanced hair restoration using advanced FUE treatment has finally arrived in Denver. Michael Brown here. You know, if you have a receding hairline, thinning hair, bald spot, or maybe all three like me, well, you don't have to travel to LA or Seattle for the very best in hair restoration. Advanced Hair has decades experience using this state-of-the-art technology that is guaranteed 100% to grow your hair back. I've done the research, and I can tell you that with Advanced Hair, you always have the highest standard.
All right, on about 1 minute, gentlemen.
Guidelines. So I want you to join me in the battle against hair loss and restore your confidence with a full head of hair that can be truly life-changing. So I want you to be one of the first to schedule a free consultation with special financing, 250 hair grafts for free, and $250 off your treatment. All you have to do is call 720-459-HAIR. Do it today to take advantage of the best team and the latest technology for hair restoration in Colorado with 100% gift.
30 seconds.
720-459-HAIR. Or do yourself a favor and look at the before and after photos at advancedhair.com.
Need a new roof? Go with a sure thing. excelroofing.com.
Weekdays 2 to 4. The Situation.
All right, here we go, gentlemen. Have a great show.
The bail fund for the protesters up there raised $30 million, but they spent only $200,000 bailing people out. What a scam.
(713) Talk 303-713-8255 here to help you solve problems. answer questions, and take complaints. And to make your life a little easier, all you have to do is call us. This hour brought to you by realcbdthatworks.com. All you have to do is go to this website, realcbdthatworks.com. Get your supply, put Tom in the promo code, and get 25% off from Golden, the Panacea Life Science company in Golden, supplying all over the country, and we have them right in our backyard. realcbdthatworks.com. All right, so Kelly says she has a 3-year-old child that was taken from her. Now, we got to talk about this. That's serious. Also, whatever other calls you have, you can call at any time you're listening to this 303-MARTINO, and we'll get you on the show. The other call is 303. Oh, no, I mean, the number is 303-627-8466. That's 303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466. Now, our call when we're on the air, and you know we're on the air, and you can call us directly, is 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We will absolutely take your calls right away. Do you know that, according to a survey, this is strange, do you know most Americans are the unhappiest they've ever been in like 20 or 50 years? The most unhappy. I gotta get the survey again. But that's hard to believe. I mean, the most they've been unhappy, like in years and years and years and years. And it's not just
this
the
pandemic would be
that's
a big
one
part
of them.
That.
The one, and race relations right now, and what's happening. Just people are not just shook up, but unhappy. They're unhappy with, they say, divisiveness. Okay, it's 50 years. Folks in the U.S. are more unhappy today than they've been in nearly 50 years. It came from a tracking study. While they were taking responses for COVID, the University of Chicago also asked questions about happiness. Now, obviously, you know, it's during the time they're talking about COVID, so I don't think people would say, oh, I'm elated. This might be a little skewed by that. So anyway, people felt isolated, depressed, alone, that their business will never come back, and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of sad. What we try to do here is make your life a little easier. Kelly, what's happening with you? This sounds serious.
So back in December, I had some accusations from DHS. They removed my son. The accusation.
Now, hold on. The accusations, Kelly, usually don't come from DHS. Usually it comes from someone who.
Yeah, it was actually from my daughter. She said that we had an argument, and then.
How old is your daughter? How old is your daughter?
She's 8.
And she called. She said that. Who complained to DHS? She didn't call.
Her father complained. So I have.
That's what I thought. Okay, so father complained, and obviously this is not your husband, right? At this point.
No. So he complained, and then I have my son's father. My son's father and I were the ones that supposedly had the argument. Well, they took the word argument.
So are you living? You're saying the son's father, the one that complained. You're saying, right?
No, the one that complained is my 2 daughters. That's their father, and then I had another child with my son's father.
And is your son's father living with you?
No, he's not. He actually, once all this happened, he actually was, he went to jail because he actually, I guess, had a warrant out for him.
But he was living with you at the time you had an argument?
No, we weren't even living together. We weren't even
so
together.
You supposedly had a fight with one baby father, and the other baby father found out about it and got upset?
Yeah, and called DHS. So DHS removed my son, and they said that there was safety concerns because of the word argument. Now, they took argument and used that as domestic violence. So then they removed my son for 3 months. And
how old is your son?
He's 3 years old.
And your 3-year-old son was removed. And where was he put?
He was actually placed with my daughter's father. we didn't want him to go there, but DHS made that decision to keep the siblings together.
Okay, so hold on now. So your daughter's father, which is not the father of this boy, but it's where he was placed to keep siblings together.
Yes.
And obviously, the daughter's father, was he...
Yep.
That father had to agree to it, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if he volunteered or they asked.
Are you on bad terms with both biological fathers?
Just the girl's father, not so much my son's father. Like, him and I get along.
But your son's father is the one that complained.
No, my daughter's father is the one that complained. Okay. My son's father is the one that I supposedly had the argument with.
I get it. Okay, yeah. And that's why they didn't place the son's the son with his father.
Correct, and his father actually had went to jail. So they said that there was still safety concerns, so they removed my son for 3 months.
Right. So they removed your son and put him with his sisters under the care of their dad.
Correct. And after this happened, we continued to go to court. They said that there were still safety concerns, so they said that I needed, they weren't ready for my son to come home. However, the safety concern was supposedly my son's father, and he was in jail, and they still would not let my son come home because they said we were still an intact couple because we were still talking on the phone. So I completely stopped talking to him. They're pretty much like making me decide, like, if I, like, they're pretty much making it like I cannot be with him ever again. Like, I can't make that decision as an adult if I wanted to be with him, because now they're making me do, like, these domestic violence classes and, like, all these different classes.
Are they saying, hold on, they're saying that if you are with that father, you're not going to get your kids back, right?
Well, I have my son back now. I just got my son back, but I've not got my girls back yet. But the thing is they're saying that, you know, they kept him out of the home for however long. The whole thing that is... So
the girl's father, is the girl's father fighting you?
Yes, he's fighting me. My son's father is not, but however, even though they said there was domestic violence, they're not making him do any sort of classes. They're just making me do everything. So he's not having to do any sort of classes or anything at all. It's just me. The reason why I'm calling in is because they've violated quite a few of my civil rights, and it's just like one thing after another.
What rights did they violate?
So I didn't get the discovery until right after pre-trial, after they had me pretty much coerced me into taking a plea. They let me,
so you did go. Hold on. You did go to trial.
I was going to take it to trial, and then they coerced me because they said.
All right, so you made a plea bargain. What did you plead to?
I plead that there was an argument via text which caused a dangerous environment to my children via text.
Okay, so you pled to a dangerous environment. So that's endangering the welfare of a child, right?
Correct.
And so as a result, do you now lose your parenting rights? What happens now?
So I'm at the point where I'm having to do all these classes and stuff like that. They're pretty much telling me that I can't be with my son's father. They're making it literally impossible. I'm having to do classes like they say that you go when they feel you're ready to move to the next step.
So what do you want now?
I'm just at the point because I feel like they're kind of like controlling my life. They've violated quite a few of my rights. And it's just, I feel like criminals have more rights than parents, and it's kind of
right now, though. Right now, you're going through the required classes, right? Even though, so you pleaded guilty to endangering the welfare of a child. Now you have to go through a program to get your parental rights back. Were all children removed or just one?
So the girls got to stay with their dad. It was just my son. But my thing is now he has quite a few issues where he
Do you have your son back? But you said you have your son back.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what are you fighting for now? Are you fighting now to get your girls back?
I'm fighting to get my girls back, and I'm fighting to possibly sue DHS for them causing my son.
You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere suing DHS. Nowhere. Nowhere. I'm going to ask Bonnie Shields, attorney at law, right after the break, what steps you should take. Now, she may not handle these particular cases, but she does divorce mediation and divorce law and family law, BonnieShieldsLaw.com. We'll talk to her coming up, Kelly. And then, Lynette, we will talk to you about your Ford Explorer and talk to Budget A1 about that. I believe they were handling that. And then, adverse possession rears its ugly head again. All of that coming up after this.
Here, Master Rooter first, and then there'll be some RV 30 seconds after.
Hey, Tom, ask if
You've
you
got a
got
lot of
birth
celebrity
control
endorsements in town telling you
kids out of wedlock.
your next homeowner. The question
Well, they might not have been out of wedlock.
That's, well,
Might have
Deb
just-
said my husband.
Yeah.
Ideal Home Loans, it's because they picked up the phone and called us for their own personal home loan. To find out how we can help
She had a few of them.
today at Ideal Home
What?
Loans,
How many girls did she have?
There's 2 girls and 1 boy.
Okay.
idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by
You know-
NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
All right, Master Rooter, these are the guys, 24/7 emergency plumbing services. So if you ever have a pipe break, maybe one freezes, write this number down, you'll have it. They have great pricing, great techs, they're always on time. Check this out.
Is that what you show for Mark?
He thought it was funny. That's the guy that George had painted on a picture in Seinfeld. Because you think that's dumb? I don't know what else to put.
30 seconds till Century RV.
We should get a still of him. I can get one to you.
Okay.
A really good still.
Okay. I'll use that. This is just kind of a joke.
Let me do that. I'll get that.
You will listen to him cry. You will listen to him do this. We either have to get out of here, or here we go.
Do you have that lady's number, Amber's phone number? Dan?
Let's see here. Who? No, which one's Amber?
Who wants the homeless people?
CentryRV.com. They're a local dealership in 2 locations just north at exit 240 and I-25. That's the turn off to Longmont. They have a service department up there too. And then they have a place just west of the city, a giant 32,000 square foot facility, indoor, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. For the low prices on America's #1 selling camper, the Cougar, plus incredible discounts on the lightweight Kodiaks and brand new Springdale campers for around $10,000 plus Class A motorhomes. Give them a call, 303-453-1111, CentryRV.com.
Newsman, the most important book of the 2020 election. Mike Huckabee says it's President Trump's playbook for victory. Mark Levin calls it indispensable for every conservative. Sean Spicer warns Trump critics it could ruin your day. And Donald Trump Jr. is telling everyone to read it. The new book is David Horowitz's Blitz. Trump will smash the left and win.
Okay, her number.
Horowitz reveals President Trump's secret plan for victory and rips the lid off the secret agendas of Hillary Clinton.
So if you have that number, let me know.
Okay, I'm going to her website here.
Okay.
Everyone is talking about it. You've seen David Horowitz on Fox News, CNN, and Newsmax TV. Now, Blitz is already a #1 Amazon bestseller. Find it in bookstores everywhere, or check out the free offer and save $28. Just call 800-NEWSMAX. That's 800-NEWSMAX.
In fact, we should probably get her on. I can have Daff.
Okay, we have a, let's wait.
Okay.
He's so busy right now.
That's very good. Her number, I'll give it to you here. 360-471-8506. Should I tell Daff once it starts slowing down, or we'll give her a call? Okay, very good.
Yeah, because it's so crazy, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
If we get a dull moment, that's a good thing.
We love dull moments.
Cancel your timeshare. From that point, people started referring friends to me to help them cancel the timeshare. And that's how it started. I fought the world's largest timeshare company in federal court. If I had lost that lawsuit, there would be no one helping people that have been lied to when they bought timeshare. If we take you as a client,
This guy,
we will cancel
I
your
swear.
timeshare, or we'll give you money.
I think this is the guy that used to sell
Call
them.
Wesley Financial Group now
And then
for a free information kit. 800-660-1771.
He found the light.
800-660-1771. 800-660-1771.
If you still not refinance your mortgage, well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows. So take advantage of our new Fast Track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 3.125 rate and APR with our no closing cost 30-year fixed loan. That's right, no point lender for over 20 years. Even if you've refinanced in the last
Hey,
year,
this guy's name is Cosmo.
all it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 3.125 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast-track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669. That's 844-425.
Back in about 30 seconds, gentlemen.
NMLS 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Rate subject to change.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
More summer weather today. The high 94, hazy, smoky, high ozone levels. Down to 61 tonight. Cooler tomorrow with 76 and a couple of thunder showers. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Get your free credit scorecard today, even if you're not a Discover customer. It includes your FICO credit score. And
Back in. Here we go, gentlemen. We're back.
learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
On 38255. One gym in California is putting up like stalls with clear like shower curtains on 4 sides, and you walk in this stall and everyone can see everyone, but they're like 8 by 8 stalls, maybe or 10 by 10. And then you go in there, you close the curtains, you take off your face mask, and you work out. So they can get people in there, and they're all blocked from each other. It's Redondo Beach. It's a gym, and that's how they're reopening. Companies are getting to a new normal now, and I don't think it's going to be normal anytime soon. I mean, some people are saying we're getting another resurgence. Others are saying that only in the states where they didn't do enough social distancing. Restaurants, some of them are just saying they're never going to come back. Let's go back to Kelly. All right, Bonnie Shields. I think Kelly is wasting her time wanting to sue the protective services. Have you heard this before, these kinds of things? Bonnie Shields, attorney at law for domestic law and divorce mediation as well. Bonnie?
Hi there, Tom. I have, and I know it's a sort of a gut reaction thing when you feel you've been really wrong, but I've never attempted to do that, and I think. I mean,
isn't it? What I'm saying, I think it's wasted energy.
Yeah, I do. The energy probably needs to go into getting the kids back and getting that all straightened out. And
Kelly, what would you sue for? What's your accusation?
Just them violating just basic civil rights that every American is supposed to have.
Give me one civil right. Give me one civil right they violated.
Okay, so not providing discovery in the amount of time that's allowed.
That's procedure. That's not civil rights or constitutional rights.
Okay.
This rules of civil procedure for going to court. You said they didn't provide discovery. Do you have an attorney?
I do have an attorney. They didn't provide it until after pretrial. After they.
Well, why didn't your attorney? Why didn't your attorney object to that? What kind of discovery did you want?
Just a discovery of everything that was I was being accused of.
Okay, now Bonnie, isn't that common to want to see discovery for a neglect case? And don't they have to provide discovery, Bonnie?
Honestly, Tom, I'm not sure exactly what they're absolutely required to give you, but certainly if they're making certain accusations, they've got to back it up.
That's right. They have to show you the things dealing with this specific allegations. But see, that's all out the window, Kelly, because you say you were coerced into taking a plea. But you already took the plea. It's very difficult to go back on a plea and say, I really didn't want to do it. What is your attorney telling you about that?
My attorney just pretty much says to write it out and just do everything that they need to.
That's exactly right. That's good advice, Kelly. That's what Bonnie Shields just said. You're wasting time going after them. And here's what I'm thinking, okay? Why not just get to a point where you can get your kids back. I mean, how much more do you have to do to get your girls back?
I'm pretty much at the end of everything I'm thinking, but at the same time, like I said, it's just, them constantly lying.
Okay, do you have the money to sue? Do you have the money to sue? Because, Kelly, you don't get these. People are under the false impression they can hire attorneys on contingency to go after government agencies. And that's not real thought. That doesn't happen usually. Every once in a while, with a really popular civil rights case or constitutional law case, a law firm will take it pro bono, meaning free, and they get the publicity and all of that, and sometimes there's even a lot of money to be made. But, Kelly, I don't think you have that case. If they did not provide discovery, your attorney had the right to postpone, and you didn't have to take a deal. Taking a deal and going back on it, your own attorney said it's not a good idea. What you should do, really, is lay your case out to another attorney and get a second consultation or a second opinion. Free second opinions don't always come, that's for sure. I just want to ask something. Bonnie, have people ever come to you and paid you for a second opinion, said, would you review my case and see if I'm getting screwed? Have you ever done that? I'm just curious.
I have, not very often, but I have. I've had sometimes, like in the middle of a case, they don't know if they want to switch attorneys or not, and I've met with somebody in the divorce case, not this sort of case. This sort of case isn't my specialty, but absolutely I've done it in divorce cases when they're not sure if they want to switch attorneys or not.
Now, if people come to you for mediation, does it taint you as a mediator if one of the couple comes to you first and says, do you mediate? And then the other one says, wait, you contacted her first. Do you talk to them? If they're looking at you as a mediator, do you get into the facts of the case, or do you purposely not get into them?
I get into it, but only by a little bit, and I certainly don't give out. The key is not giving out advice.
And not taking a side.
Advice. Can't take a side or give legal advice to either side. But if somebody says, this is kind of a matter you could help me with, sometimes I need to know a few things, and then I can say yes or no, or here's what I think.
Now, I know, Bonnie, you haven't been in studio because we haven't been in studio, but I think we're going to schedule you soon to come back. But I wanted to say something. What can somebody save on a divorce, roughly? Let's say, a normal divorce could be, who knows? How much can people save in percentage-wise? Have you seen them save 50% or more on a mediation versus a contested divorce?
It's probably a lot higher than 50%.
You mean you can save more than 50%?
Absolutely. A final hearing, Tom, on a really easy case, a fairly, I don't mean easy, but fairly simple case, the final hearing itself, if it's a full-day hearing, could be $7,000 or $9,000, and my rates are probably right in the middle. That's huge. Where you could go mediate for a few $100, maybe $1,000, and each side's usually paying half. Why wouldn't you do that?
That's true. Bonnie, thanks for your advice. 303-798-1927 is her number. BonnieShieldsLaw.com, 303-798-1927. Kelly, please, if you want to get a second opinion, do that. If you want to send us any transcripts, we'd be happy to have some of our people look at them, okay, our legal experts. But right now, it doesn't sound like a smart move to try to find an attorney to sue them. Lynette has an update on a Ford Explorer. I'm not sure how Budget A1 fit into this. Let's recap this story. Lynette, go ahead. What was going on when you first contacted us?
So I'm actually Lynette's daughter. I'm here to help her tell the story. Jennifer is my name.
Okay, help us tell the story. When you first contacted us, what was the problem?
So we had purchased the vehicle, the Ford Explorer, and within a month and a half of having it, the engine seized up. They told us that it was because there was no oil in it, but it had given us no indication that there was any kind of an oil thing. The lot that we
okay, how long did you own it? You bought it used, and then the engine seized. How much time between the time you bought it to the time it seized?
Okay, we got it at the end of October, and it seized in the middle of December.
Okay.
October 27th.
And if you bought it used as is, we probably told you there's not much hope. Tell us why you went to Budget A1. What were you trying to show?
Okay, so there's a little bit more, but before we went to budget, though. So we had them replace the engine, supposedly. Warranty.
Wait, so before, hold on, maybe that's, I'm trying to get what the story was. So they replaced the engine. Did they do it free, the place where you bought it?
Oh, no, they did not.
I purchased a warranty for it, but it was a warranty that they did all the work in their place. This guy that owned the lot also owns diesels only.
Okay, I get it. So did they fix it under warranty or promise to fix it?
No, but we paid for them to fix it, basically.
Well, how much did you pay them?
Well, it was supposed to be, they told us that they were going to charge us $29 something.
$29.53 or something like that.
Which it ended up being more than that, and we're making payments through the lot on that.
I got it. How much did that engine turn out to be, Jennifer? Or either one.
Roughly around $4,000, right?
39 something.
Okay,
Yeah.
then did we send you to Budget A1 to verify that they did the work?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go after this to Budget A1 to find out, did they get $4,000 worth of work? First of all, you're saying it was under warranty. They shouldn't have charged you, but they charged you. Now the question is, did you get what you paid for? Also, Kevin wants to talk about a piece of property, I think, being taken away from him from adverse possession. And then Cindy's trying to track down a stimulus check. And then we have, we're going to check in with Become the Banker in their next seminar. I want to know if people are flooding to that because there have been no losses at all, not a penny through this pandemic. So all of this coming right up.
Here. 1 minute till K&H on the window and Steam Pro.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
Travel around the metro area freeway system for the most part in decent shape. There's that stubborn wreck on the ramp, northbound 225 to westbound I-70. It's still a little slow there, so travel through that area with caution. And the ramp, eastbound 6th Avenue to southbound I-25, a bit stop and go as well. Otherwise, freeway system looking good. I-25 looking good up in the north end of town, traveling into downtown. No delays in the Tech Center Drive. 225 is running smooth in Aurora, and no delays at this time in I-270 in Commerce City. The weather forecast, mostly sunny today, hot though with a high near 94. Right now it's partly cloudy in Denver and 80. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
So if you're interested in the COVID study, Tom, let me know. There's a really interesting result.
And checking your scorecard won't hurt your credit. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
I hope you realize that I take it very seriously when I recommend people like Home Improvements and K&H Home Solutions. Do you know I've known those guys going on 40 years? I knew the original owner. I know the owner now, Ted, who's had it for 30 or more. This is K&H Home Solutions now. They work K&H Windows. They've been in business for 60 some odd years. They have 25% off the best windows, siding, and doors in the business. I can say that because I've personally had their windows. And their siding, Everlast, is a proven lifetime of durability. You can even soak it in water. Hail won't touch it. This stuff is incredible. 25% off these windows, siding, and Provia entry doors from a company I know and trust. They can make appointments that are safe for you. Find out more and make your own appointment at khwindows.com. khwindows.com. Special financing also available. Call them 303-421-7100 for details. 421-7100, khwindows.com. Another company that I know because they've been on my referral list is Steam Pro. You can find them online at steamproinc.com, a local owned and operated company for 33 years. This is not one of these faceless franchises. This is a family that I know, and they can do your rooms, 3 of them, for $89 with the hottest water, 230-degree superheated water from their truck, coming into your home to kill germs naturally, and all of their products are 100% green. Call them, 303-795-2222, 795-2222, steamproinc.com.
Rates are like the coaster lately. Are you concerned about the future and how to protect your home? Do you want to become mortgage safe? Take AIM, affordable interest mortgage. With home values still at their highest level ever and rates at historic lows, now may be the best time to be prepared if the economy changes.
It's a good study, Doc?
Yeah, really good study.
On drugs or what?
6,000 patients.
Many of our clients said the
They
ability to
had
tap their equity
divided into 3 groups. People who were without oxygen, with oxygen, and on ventilators. They found that the people on the ventilators, the mortality rate
was higher.
went from 42% to 27% with one addition. They gave them dexamethasone. It's a steroid, low cost,
Oh, I see it.
$62, and they reduced the mortality rate from 42 to 27 by $62 worth of medication.
15%.
Aren't most people on ventilators compromised, right, in some way or another?
Yeah. But the point is, if you think about it, if you reduce it from 42% to 27, that's a huge decrease in mortality rates.
Are you still socially distancing?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm wondering if I should not go to the gym. I wipe down everything. I wear a face mask in between. We're keeping our distance, but I take a shower. The hot tub, they said there's no evidence that it's spread in hot tub or pools, by the way.
Right. I would think that the chlorine.
I did to the hot tub, and then I take a shower. Do you think I'm endangering you guys? I'm serious now.
Well, like I say, I'm living with my son now, and he works at Shanahan's. Just to let you know if that's going to be an issue.
But you keep a distance from him too,
Oh,
right?
I do, but he still lives in the house.
Yeah, I know.
When I play golf, we all take separate carts. We don't double up in the carts.
Do you wear a mask?
Not on golf.
I know, I'm just kidding.
No, you don't.
But like I said, we don't even share carts.
I just don't want to get so loose that all of a sudden I get it, because as much as I think, we had a giant overreaction, it's still a serious disease. I mean, we don't want to get sick, right?
Absolutely.
I've never said it wasn't serious.
I'm on zinc and vitamin D. So.
Yeah, me too, and other stuff. Again, once you get that virus, it won't do much, but it does help your body ward off stuff. See, that's the study they can't do, is how it wards it off. It can do a study on once you get it. Once you get it, you get it. You've already got it. But there's no way to know people warding it off.
Well, I should ask Clint. I mean, Clint and his family are very susceptible, and they're taking the hydroxychloroquine, and I'll call them and just ask them how everything's going.
Honey, you want me to tell them to get them on?
Sure.
Think about it.
I've asked them before to call in.
$62. You reduce the rate from 42 to 27. That's a huge reduction in mortality.
15%.
Your roofing solar siding quote by visiting metrobuilds.com. Metrobuilds.com. That's metrobuilds.com.
Committed to service in times of need, Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance donated $100,000 to Feeding Colorado. They're also applying premium.
And that's just the people on ventilators, or is that?
They gave it to people who are not on oxygen, people on oxygen, and people on ventilators. There was no significant difference in the first 2 groups.
Oh, really?
So there was a huge
with the ventilator.
And the course of dexamethasone was $62.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 713-8255. So let's talk to Matt at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair for Jennifer. We sent Jennifer over there. She bought a Ford Explorer. Now I remember this story, and it was used, or Jennifer's daughter, or whatever. When she bought the thing, it seized, and they said, okay, we'll fix it. They charge her another $4,000. But did they fix it? Did they put in another engine? What did they do? Matt, could you figure out what was done on this car?
Yes, sir. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing good, hey, Matt.
Good. Hey, so Jennifer brought the vehicle in. The first thing, her first concern was the vehicle had an oil leak. So I popped the hood. First thing I noticed, there was oil everywhere. There's oil all over the top of the hood. It was all over the intake manifold, everywhere. So upon further inspection, I found it was leaking underneath the intake manifold. The intake manifold also wraps over the valve cover as well. So I I proceeded forward. I removed the intake manifold and found a giant hole in the valve cover itself. Literally, it was probably about the size of, I would say, about a quarter.
Wow.
Right in the valve cover. And so that just means, so let me put it this way. They did install an engine. It was definitely a used engine from a junkyard. They also installed, it looks like, a used transmission as well from the junkyard. And the reason why I'm able to tell is they never replaced the transmission pan either, because when a vehicle goes to the junkyard, basically they have to drain the fluids out of the vehicle. And instead of pulling the pan and wasting time, they just take a drill bit and drill right straight through the pan and drain the fluid out that way. And instead of replacing the pan, they just stuck a rubber plug in it and shipped it and called it good.
Oh my God!
So we saw that. And then I, again, removed the intake manifold, found the hole in the valve cover. So I was like, okay, well, let's get this fixed. I removed the valve cover. And then upon removing the valve cover, I took a look at the timing chain. I was able to pull the timing chain guide completely out. And there was no tension on the timing chain. I could literally lift it off of the cam.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, it was just a
So they did do some work, but it was shoddy.
They did. It was shoddy, yes, sir. Yep.
And how much? And by the way, is the engine worth a damn?
No, not at all. Like the way that this engine is, literally there was metal inside of like where the valve cover rests on all the rockers and stuff. We found metal in there. We found obviously the hole in the valve.
So this
cover.
engine is a piece of junk.
It is literally. It's just not even worth it. And to do it, you would have to replace that timing chain and everything. The motor has to come out anyway. So
it's not worth doing.
Got a motor for cheap and slapped it in there.
Why did they replace the transmission, Jennifer? Why did they replace the transmission?
The odds are we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, or you bought it with that transmission in it.
Oh yeah, it could have came with that, Tom.
This is a piece of junk. How much did you pay for this vehicle to begin with, not counting the $4,000?
About $3,000.
Okay, so you paid $3,000, now you have another $4,000 into it. I would argue with them about the $4,000 now that we've learned this, and negotiate that to nothing. I mean, that's a piece of junk. These people just what do they pay? A few $100 for that engine? Do you think, Matt?
It's not very much. You can get them from the junkyard, a couple $100. I mean, and they might even have a guy that just goes out there and pulls them and then brings it back down to the shop and slaps them in. I don't know. I don't know how their company operates or how they go about doing that type of stuff, but
this sucks, man. This sucks. What was the name of the place? Where did you buy it, Jennifer?
The lot was called
Central Denver Auto Sales.
And then the mechanic shop is called Diesels Only. They're both owned by the same person.
Deputy Doc, you want to take a shot at calling them?
Sure.
I mean, we got all this information. We got some ammunition here.
What is it that she wants?
Well, I think she should get she should get that. She shouldn't have to pay for the repair. And then wait a minute. We still have to grapple with the idea that the car's not running, right, Matt?
I mean, the car is running, but with that timing chain like that, it's not going to run for very long.
And to do the timing chain would cost how much?
Oh, we got to pull the engine. Yeah, I got to pull the engine. I would have to get a quote on that, but I know it's at least 15 to 16 hours.
Oh my
of labor.
God.
That's just labor.
Well, actually, Jennifer, man, I mean, you're so screwed. Actually, I don't know what we do. You bought it as is. The best we can do is maybe get the $4,000 taken off, and then you can spend that $4,000 to get a real job done. That's probably the best, because we can't undo the whole deal, I don't think, but we'll try. We have to shoot them between the eyes here. They gave her nothing of value for that money, nothing. Hang on, Jennifer. We'll get this information to Deputy Doc Daphne from Budget A1. Budget A1, thank you for helping us. They're some of our auto experts on referralist.com. They're at 303-781-9858. Now, listen, I just can't believe this. Anyway, Kevin, let me just start this really quickly. Kevin, where is this adverse possession taking place? Is it are you doing it, or are they doing it against you?
Well, no, I would like to try to do it. So basically, just real quick, there's a lot in my neighborhood that's next to my house.
Yeah.
That the city owns, but they just refuse to take care of it. So I've been taking care of it.
I've never thought about adverse possession on a municipality, actually. Hold on a second.
If you can,
we'll come back and explore that. I'm Tom Martino with more coming up.
Clear Paragon services first, then Mile High State afterward.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
So I looked up adverse possession in Colorado. It's 18 years of taking care of it, or 7 years of paying taxes on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you pay taxes on it.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you.
During that 18 years, you don't have to pay taxes?
Apparently, that's just, you know what it is. If you just use it, like those people, that couple did in Boulder.
That was a big thing, remember?
Right. Yep. Sure was.
But when you take part of land, you don't pay tax on it. It's hard that you can't break it off to pay tax on that part.
Right. Plus, I think that would be, you say, okay, I want to start paying taxes on this. They'd let you pay taxes for 6 years and then take it back. I mean, that's it.
Mostly sunny, hot, a high of 94 tonight, partly cloudy
I don't know.
low of 54.
Now, Mark had thought that if you do adverse possession for that 18 years, you got to go back and pay taxes for that 18 years.
Probably. If there's a tax bill, or there might be tax certificates on it from other people.
Or pay the people that you're adversing it from.
Oh, yeah, we pay them for
Yeah, that's a Mark I remember had said that one time. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know. It's a mess.
It is a mess.
I cannot stress this enough. It's very simple. If you have had a claim on your homeowners in the past 12 months, I can almost guarantee they did not pay you enough money. You're going to call Matt at Paragon. He's going to look at everything at no charge and tell you how much more money he can get you. It's not a new
She said she bought a warranty, right? That's what we probably need to know is what that warranty is. And then what she paid for it, too. You know, it's a... I've never heard that they put a rubber plug in the transmission case. That wouldn't last.
And iHeartRadio.
30 seconds until Mile High State.
October 16, 1972, 2 congressmen board a small plane in Alaska and disappear. Despite a massive search, they're never found. The case goes cold until a young reporter named John Walzak.
What do you think budget? He said 16 hours of their. What do they think they charge an hour? 125 or something? What do you think?
I don't think that much.
In Alaska,
Maybe 60, 80.
Oh, no. It's at least 100.
MileHighEstatePlanning.com. That's the website to find Blake Harris, attorney at law. I urge you to look him up for any estate issues. Now, you may think, Tom, I don't have enough money to do that. People, really, if you have an estate, equity in your home and anything, money in the bank or bank accounts, if you have an estate worth over a couple $100,000, you need some kind of an estate plan, if it's a simple will or a trust. And you may want to avoid probate. Don't make the mistake so many people do. There are tax-free benefits to an estate, and you can ruin it by doing it the wrong way. Don't quit claim your home. Don't transfer bank accounts yet. Let Blake Harris advise you. Free initial consultations always. Blake Harris, attorney at law, 720-924-6171. 720-924-6171. Protect your legacy with MileHighEstatePlanning.com.
I'm consumer. You're good. Endorsing Ideal Home Loans for good reason. Ideal is the only lender offering a free second look at your loan application with other lenders. And Ideal guarantees to save you money or give you peace of mind that you have a great deal. Either way, you win. Doesn't it make sense to at least check before you close on the biggest transaction of your life? Get a free second.
How much time right now?
303-867.
About 2.5 minutes.
Thanks.
Ideal Home Loans.
Hey, Scott, how you doing? This is Dan from Thomas Show. Hey,
And he's on Newsmax TV all this week to talk about his new book, Blitz, Trump will smash the left and win. Every night, David Horowitz reveals the stunning revelations in Blitz. Horowitz names the secret players and billionaires out to stop Trump. Donald Trump Jr. says you should read Blitz. See David Horowitz. Tune in tonight to Newsmax TV. Now, America's fastest growing cable news channel. Newsmax is on all the cable systems, including DirecTV, Xfinity, Dish, Spectrum, Cox, Optimum, Fios, Uber, Suddenlink, Mediacom, and many more. Just check your cable guide and make sure you get your copy of David Horowitz's Blitz. Already a #1 Amazon bestseller. Find it in bookstores everywhere. Or check out the free offer and save $28. Just call 800-NEWSMAX. That's 800-NEWSMAX. Or go to Blitz411.com. Blitz411.com. Get Blitz today and see David Horowitz on Newsmax TV tonight.
This is Dan Kaplan. You were probably raised by your folks the same way my mom and dad raised us. We were taught to fight the good fight, to stand up for what's right, and to do well by doing good. For me, it's fighting against giant insurance companies on behalf of good people who've had their lives turned upside down by a very serious injury or the wrongful death of a loved one. My firm accepts righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If I can be of service to you, please feel free to call me at 303-770-5551 or hit dankaplanslaw.com. Language like French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be too difficult and time-consuming? Then go to Babbel.com and try it for free. Babbel works because it's built around real life.
This place, man, she should sue them. That place sold her a piece of garbage.
Yep. Language in just a few weeks. Babbel uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun, and memorable.
Back on in about 30 seconds, gentlemen.
Then, sentences gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. Babbel was created by language experts who use the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you've learned. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel. Language for life. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.
All right, we're back, gentlemen. Here we go.
BBEL.com. Denver's talk station. 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, so Kevin he's adjacent to a piece of property that belongs to what city, Kevin?
Denver.
Okay, what kind of property is it?
It's like, I think it was supposed to be another lot or something, or maybe a park or something like that, like a little park for the neighborhood or something. But then somehow it never happened. And so, you know,
how much land is it?
It's like, I don't know, must be a quarter acre or something like that.
Are you maintaining? Are you maintaining the whole thing?
Yeah, because you know, otherwise it gets weeds, and the weeds come into my yard, and it's.
Are you using it? Are you using it?
I'm not using it. I'm just maintaining it.
Okay.
Mowing it and keeping the weeds down.
Okay.
And so when I talked to the city about it, they're like, "No, we're not going to take care of it. That's supposed to be responsibility of your neighborhood HOA or something." But we don't have an HOA.
No, okay.
So
this could be good. You got to take care of it, maintain it, and I would use it in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But you have to do it for 18 years.
Oh, 18 years.
Yep. In Colorado. Before you,
I don't see him getting adverse possession on city property.
Maybe not, you know. But he said, like, I think what it is, Mark, I don't know if it belongs to the city. It might belong to the subdivision, but it's designated open space. That's a lot different. I would do a legal description on it and see what it comes up as in the assessor's office. If it's what's called a park dedication, it may be just property designated as open space for the subdivision. How old is the subdivision?
Oh, it's about maybe 25 years old, 30 years old.
Okay. I was doing subdivisions back then, and we had to dedicate...
You should be able to look at the county website if you got the lot number. If you got the legal description, you can find out who owns this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 99% sure, 95% sure that it's the city that owns it.
Okay. Well... Also,
but anyway,
you have to pay the taxes continuously on it for 7 years, or adversely possess it for 18 years. But you have to do you have to do either or, And then after you take it over, if there are tax certificates due on it, back taxes, you have to pay them off. So it's not as easy as people think. But
Doesn't sound easy.
You may want to. Here's the thing, though. If you put up a fence, let's say, and included that in it, until they tell you to do something about it, I mean, you have nothing else to do. What the difference? You're using it. I mean, you take care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have nothing to lose. But I think Mark is right with this municipality thing. Probably throws a whole different aspect into it. But I can't believe they're not. There's a reason they said they're not maintaining it, and it's up to the HOA. That tells me it's open space. But what you ought to do, by the way, is figure it out. Get it legal and get back to us. And we'd love to consult you. 303-713-8255. Bill has a stem cell question. Bill, what is it? Bill?
He should be there.
Okay, Bill, we're going to try one more time. Are you there? You got a stem cell question?
Yes.
What is it, sir?
I'd like to know if stem cell therapy can be used to heal hernias.
No, we've had that question before. Stem cells rebuild tissue and ligaments and all that. They can't push back a hernia and cover it over. They can't. I mean, even real stem cell therapy, which, by the way, you don't get in most of these clinics. But if you go for real, honest-to-God living stem cell therapy, they're not going to heal a hernia. Hernia nowadays, though, are minimally invasive, usually, with mesh. I don't know if you've heard of that, Bill.
Yes.
It's a pretty... I don't want to say minor, because anyone going through surgery won't say it's minor, but it is relatively minor compared to the way it used to be. What kind of a hernia is it?
It's a few inches near my groin.
Yeah, that's the easiest one to deal with, Bill, for mesh. The other kind with the intestines farther up can get more complicated, but I would say no on the stem cells based on what they've answered in the past. We have a lot coming up. We're going to talk about investing in a life insurance policy, what that really means. Also purchasing salvage cars and tracking down a stimulus check. If you've been charged...
All right, you're clear.
You need good representation. You need law. So Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-60.
That's a mechanical disruption.
He'll help you through the legal maze of...
Well, aren't most of them mechanical?
Yeah. I mean, as opposed to like joints.
If you guys, I can't talk anything about hernia. I start walking funny. I do. I can't stand. I'm so queasy when it comes to certain things.
Really?
Yes.
Did you ever have one?
Fuck no.
Okay. Hey, so so budget A1 could replace with the engine and everything between 35 and 3,700. But that's a used engine, but under 100,000 miles with a 30-day guarantee.
Those fuckers.
They did less than 20 miles on the car after they put the engine in there. They didn't even hook up the air conditioner. They left this, so it's
You want to take this? Why don't you take this one?
Okay, I can take it.
You get all that information.
Do you have any problems, Doc?
Yeah, I have one on the Devon's. Remember he bought that car, couldn't get a title?
The what one?
The kid who bought a car and couldn't get a title?
Yes.
ABC News, I'm Will Reed.
Yes.
Okay, so Lynette, because Jennifer's number's up there. Okay.
We gotta help that woman.
They said they're really nice people.
Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina says it's a bridge to make both possible by gathering law enforcement data.
Data collection or the information is around making sure that when serious bodily injury occurs.
By the way, budget A1's hourly rate, $154.
Is what?
$154.
Departments report that information to you.
Hourly rate?
Yeah.
For one mechanic?
Yeah. Well, that's, the shop and everything,
Look, I make that money in surgery.
You made that much?
I didn't make that much.
Oh, come on, Doc.
Rice says the brand will evolve concerns about racial stereotyping. This coming hours after Quaker Road said it's going to retire its 131-year-old Aunt Jemima brand.
Oh, Aunt Jemima, I knew that was coming.
I thought it was before they had done it on that.
What about
Oh, the Rice.
Dexamethasone has been around since the early 60s. Seriously the ill hospitalized patients, slash the surgeries of violent, reduces death rates by up to a third. Health Secretary Matt Hancock.
Diesels only. What's that mean, Alan Marks? Diesels. What does that mean?
Drugs that are still in trial, but like with the dexamethasone, before the results come through, we're going to be cautious and careful.
But see the potential a few months ago, the British government purchased large stocks of the drug, so it's readily available right now for clinical use. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
Major job cuts at AT&T. The wireless carrier is planning to eliminate at least 3,400 jobs, and the company is closing 250 stores across the country as it deals with the economic fallout from COVID-19. The company also plans to cut contractors. Most of those
Who's that?
are outside the U.S. Will Reed, ABC News.
I tell you what, there's a long-term fallout from this stuff.
Oh my God.
And the thing about it is, I mean, sorry
you
for
have a
people,
troubled economy. Everyone's affected. Everyone.
So in 15 minutes,
but this just crossed the...
Battle is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Battle, language for life. Now try Battle for free. Just go to battle.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Is there a media war to stop President Trump? David Horowitz says there is, and the truth is in his new book, Bliss.
I don't know.
David Horowitz reveals the
It's just not good for that many people to be off work, because people get depressed when they don't get work. They think it's great not to work and get paid. And
already a #1 Amazon bestseller. Or check out the free offer. Just call 800 Newsmax.
when I retired, my dad said, "Oh, you're not going to like this." When I retired there and stuff, but it was really for my son that I did it for. Yeah, but they see two other guys. If I wouldn't have told them I wanted to take it, they would have laid someone else off. Yeah. So, and I had my 30 years. So, I mean, so I got everything, my pension, my medical, everything. So.
But you had a great.
Yeah. Right.
So you get a pension from that company.
Yeah.
Plus social.
I don't quite social. Yeah. Yeah.
And social won't be reduced because of it.
Correct.
That's why they're full agent.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Well, once you reach 67, it doesn't matter, Tom.
Hold on, bro. I'm here. Yeah.
Since you got these the two guys from Become the Banker on, that's one of the spots here coming up in the 11:15 break. You want me to just kind of done?
Yeah, because I'm going to take him.
All right, cool.
He's good about that.
Yeah. Oh, ants?
Yeah. It's singular. It's ants. No, I can't. It's only one. It's only one ant. In Minnesota, we say ants. Do you say ants or ants?
You say ant.
Ant, like
That's
ant.
how people in New York say. They don't say ant. They say ant.
In Minnesota, we were on ant. What do you say? Well, ant, if you're in New York.
Ant.
Right. That's an East Coast pronunciation.
But it's spelled A-U.
I know that.
Yeah, mostly sunny, hot.
I thought I've been out here since '83, and people still know I'm from New York.
Well, you do.
Well, I had my accent for 40 years.
Get your free credit scorecard today, even if you're not a Discover
Though Tom doesn't have an accent.
Your FICO
He's
credit
from
score
upstate.
and checking
Oh,
your
well, I don't have that accent either.
Learn more.
Well, but an upstate New York accent is pretty flat.
Limitations apply.
I don't know, man. Have you heard them about Boston and?
No, that's more Pittsburgh.
No. I know my family.
Really?
Yeah, upstate New York has.
Yeah, your sisters and stuff. I can hear your sisters.
Well, if you ever talk to my sister, you would think she was a star of that Long Island medium. She is so Long Islandish.
I'll tell you who's got those New Jersey people. You know, what was that show about New Jersey?
Jersey Shore?
Yeah.
I never watched that.
Neither did I.
It was insane.
It was. That was during the reality thing that they were throwing anything on there.
Yep.
And really what it is people wanted something to make fun of.
And it's so cheap for the producers.
Yeah.
Back on in about 30 seconds.
Made stars out of the people, too.
Yeah.
For a while.
Three seasons of the Ron Burgundy podcast
What was her name? What was the one? She had a goofy name. Like,
podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you
she's a little girl. She was kind of short and stuff. I never really watched the show, but I know.
They were on one time, the 3 guys and the 3 girls. Well, on Jay Leno's Joe Walker show. They were so dumb. It's scary.
We'll talk with Meredith Feynman, the author of Brag Better.
And the guys try to be like hoods, you know, like gangsters kind of.
Troubleshooter.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Get 25% off if you put Tom in the promo code. That's RealCBDThatWorks.com, part of Panacea Life Sciences. They are selling CBD products that really work for pain, anxiety, and anti-inflammatory. They're great for workouts. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Okay. We have, Cindy wants to try to track down a stimulus check. This is very difficult to do if you've already tried the online thing. We don't have any special tricks. But Cindy, is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to track down a check? By the way, anyone with problems, questions, complaints can call. We'll try to help any way we can. 303-713-TALK, all kinds of information, referrals, help, direct answers. So, Cindy, did you go to Where's My Check?
I did. This is for my 95-year-old dad, and I was even found a phone number that allowed me to call and kind of check on that. I did talk to an agent, and they said, yeah, it's been offset. So then they gave me another number to call that is for offset payments.
What do you mean offset?
You know, payments can be offset for a number of reasons, but what they told me is that my dad's payment was offset due to child support, back due child support.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the part that's ridiculous because he's only been married once, which was to my mom.
Wait a minute. So he never, hold on. So he never owed child support?
No, he's never owed child support in his life.
So they have it mixed up with somebody.
Offset, you never can talk to an agent. No matter what option you go to, it's all automated. There's no way to get through to anybody to explain that it's incorrect. They just assume it is, and you know that's the way it is.
Wow. So right now they're saying it's been offset, but you don't know why. Did they say it could be child support, or could it be something else? Child
support. And
is that the only thing, Cindy? I need to know this. Is the offset place the only thing they offset with is child support? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if that's the only.
Well, we need to find that out. We need to find that out.
I bet they can offset for back due, taxes as well, for any number of reasons. But his specifically, I was told, was for child support.
Oh, but who told you that?
There's a number you can call from the website to check on your payment, and that's the number I called. They were able to look up his information. They said, oh, yeah, we see that it was supposed to be deposited, but it got basically confiscated before it ever reached the account. And I said, well, why did that happen? And they said, well, it looks like here he still owes back due child support, which, again.
It says your entire economic impact check will be offset for child support if you owe more than that.
Yeah, and they.
What if I'm not the responsible party? If you're receiving an impact jointly with your spouse, and only the spouse owes the child support, you will file an injured spouse form. Yeah, but that's not what this is, injured spouse.
Right, and this is for my dad, not for my mom. I mean, it's offset off of his Social Security number, not hers. And, again, he's never had any other children.
Well, there's no place to go here. They say if you're an injured spouse, I mean, I don't know, man. It seems to me you have to go who's generating this delinquency. Did they say where the child support was owed?
They didn't. They didn't have any other information other than to refer me to another phone number in regards to offset in order to gather more information. But again, when I call that telephone number, it's all automated. And there's no options to ever get to a representative.
You know what? You got a problem. And what do you got any ideas, Deputy Doug?
Yeah. Sometimes when I get connected to a phone tree like that, when
Dial
it says
0.
press 1 for this, no, just say help. Say help 3 or 4
I don't
times.
think the government will have
Sometimes that works, and then they'll say, well, we can't help you. Let me connect you to a representative. I know that works with the airlines. It works with banks and several other things where finally the voice activated thing doesn't know what to do, so they transfer you. It's certainly worth a shot.
Okay, hold on.
I
did your mom get a payment?
I did try pressing 0.
Did your mom get a payment?
I did say.
Did your mom get a payment?
What's that?
Did your mom get a payment?
Well, my dad and my mom's are together. The $2,400 are together, so the whole amount was withheld. So even her $1,200 was withheld. The total amount was
Golly. Okay, hold on. It says, hold on, if you have questions regarding the child support debt is valid, you can call TOP, that's Treasury Offset. I don't know if you did this, 800-304-3107. Did you call that one?
Let me see if that's the one that they gave me here. Yes, that's the one that I called.
And it was all automated.
It was all automated.
There was nowhere you could ask any question.
Correct. And I tried every option, even if it wasn't the correct option.
This is crazy, because there is no option for it not being a debt for you to dispute it. You'd have to go to the county. See, that's what I'm saying. He has to do a background check to see where it's being originated, because that's where the mistake was made. The government, it's not the government who's going to go back right now. Some county has him as delinquent. He has to go and search. Where did he live?
Right, and it's real odd because he gets a refund from his pension that gets withheld every year. We file taxes just to get the refund, and he got his tax return refund back this year.
Okay, where did he live? Where did he live all his life? Did he live in several counties?
No, Jefferson.
Would you go to Jefferson County Child Enforcement and say, really, start there, and say, my father's 92 and lives in Jefferson County. He's not getting a stimulus check because they say, just say this, please, just say this, because you guys have him listed as being delinquent for child support. Could you please look him up? Because we need to get this straightened out. He's never had children that he owed for. He's been married to the same woman, and they've never divorced and all of that. Do that first. Start there. And then let's take it one step at a time. And don't say we're just trying to find out what's going on. I would say this. We're not getting a payment because you guys have him listed as delinquent. That's where you're going to start. But make them look. Don't just say, we don't know where he owes and what he's doing. Just do that for grins, please, and call me back. Let's do that first. 303-713-TALK. If anyone else has had this happen, please let us know. I want to talk to Joe. Yes.
I just wanted to say something. We have really great listeners, and I know we've had callers call in and tell us how to go around that automated. There is a code, and I lost it somehow, or it's down in my office. Yeah, there's certain numbers you push, and you can bypass everything. So I know we have listeners out there who know what that is.
Often it's just 0, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, no, it's something like 210 or something.
If somebody has a hack for it, good. Tell us about it.
Yes.
Joe Chiano, Become the Banker. Joe, I'd like to know something. Every day we hear the stock market's up, the stock market's down. People live and die by it. The stock market's up, the stock market's down. And I say people who've had Become the Banker have not lost a dime. But what people inevitably ask me is, what is the money invested in that people pay for their cash account and for the policies? Where's the money invested by insurance companies, if not in the stock market?
Tom, that is a great question. Actually, insurance companies are forbidden by law to invest in the stock market. The majority of their money has been invested in bonds, investment-grade bonds, commercial real estate. They have cash and also policy owner loans. So they're very conservative. They cannot afford to lose any money because they have to pay a death claim. I mean, it would be terrible if a company could not pay a death claim and their excuse would be, well, you know what, the market was down, so we can't pay a death claim. So they're highly regulated to be very conservative.
And what kind of bonds are we talking about?
They're investment-grade bonds. They're, bonds from, the major companies like GE, Hewlett-Packard, bonds.
What about government bonds?
They also invest in government bonds as well.
So these bonds, these insurance companies are make money by investing in bonds. And then people who overfund their life insurance policy, their money, their overfunding, their cash account, is also invested by the insurance companies, right?
That is correct. It goes into their general fund, and that's what they use to invest money in the areas that we talked about. Investment-grade bonds, commercial real estate, and policy owner loans, as well as cash.
Have any of these companies you represent ever failed to pay a claim?
Not that I know, and I've been doing this for the last 45 years, and I have yet to find a company that ever failed to pay a death claim. If you look at what happened in 9/11, where we lost a lot of lives, I mean, companies, even though the president said it was an act of war, and most companies have an exclusion for a death benefit, they paid the death claims. It would have been terrible if they couldn't have paid the death claims.
Right. Okay, so I want to ask more about this coming up, but I want to have you on standby if anyone has a question. BecomeTheBanker.org to make an appointment. We've said it's one of the few investment things that have not lost a dime during this entire pandemic. They've been getting a guaranteed return. Joanne's having an issue with a wrong identity. We talk about the wrong child care collection. Now we got somebody who's being accused of something or a wrong identity. The police are showing she's not who she is. Plus, Gary thinks he may know what to do with that stimulus check. Hang on. We'll come back to all of you right after this.
30 seconds till Rocky Mountain Retro Phone.
Hey, it's Ross, and our new old home was in desperate need of new kitchen countertops, so I got in touch with Granite Direct, where you can get granite, marble, or our choice quartz, with no middleman markup and some of the fastest install times in town. And if you tell Granite Direct you heard about them from me, they'll give you a free stainless steel...
All right, 10 seconds, Rocky Mountain Retro Phone. Here we go.
The quote by phone, email, or in person, so give them a call, 303-282-8317, or online at coloradogranite.com.
All savings start in the home with the insulation. I mean, you can have everything energy efficient. It won't matter if you don't have good insulation. You're wasting money. So insulation should be attacked without too much ado, and that's what Rocky Mountain Retro Foam does. It's the most amazing product I've seen lately because it goes in to every wall cavity, this foam, from outside the house without disrupting your living space. You can go right through it without ever disrupting your living space, and they can get it done in 1 or 2 days, and then voila, your home is 50% more energy efficient and 80% more quiet. It's inhibited from insects and rodents and even fire retardant in your walls. You got to see this stuff in action. Foamyourwalls.com is the video. Foamyourwalls.com is the video. Give them a call. Also, rebates available, 720-676-6333. At least get an estimate. Save money. It pays for itself. 720-676-6333.
Recently, users fall more in a single day than any day since the crash of '87. I'm Rick Edelman. Unlike past market crashes, though, this crisis is easy to explain. And we know that when medical science delivers a solution, life will return to normal, and stock prices should recover. So if your situation hasn't changed and your long-term goals remain the same, you should stick with your long-term outlook and your diversified portfolio. Today offers you an opportunity to rebalance your investments, maybe even to add to your portfolio. After all, lower prices can be a buying opportunity. You can even refinance your mortgage thanks to new lower rates. If you're unsure of what to do, call us here at Edelman Financial Engines.
How much time do I have?
Our clients get through tumultuous times for 30 minutes, and we can help you get through this one. Call us at 888-PLAN-RIP. That's 888-PLAN-RIP. Or visit us online at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com.
Season after season, quality the reason. People trust K&H Home Solutions. Beautiful windows, siding, and doors. Roofing, gutters, and more.
K&H Home Solutions has withstood the test of time. Celebrating 64 years in business. I met the original owner years ago and have known the current owner more than 30 years. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Marchino. I highly recommend the company I've done business with at my home, with savings of 25% or more on windows, siding, and doors. June only, so you better make your appointment at khwindows.com. And we're talking custom fit, beautiful, energy efficient windows and the best siding anywhere, Everlast siding with a lifetime of durability. As always, safe protocols with social distancing or available on Zoom. Call 303-421-7100 or khwindows.com.
K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
And breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Your bird is eating my candles. Your bird is eating my candles. No, seriously, he's making a mess. No, seriously. Liberty. Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
Napa know-how. Get all the quality parts you need at your locally owned Napa. Because right now, when you order from Napa online, you can pick up curbside your local store in just 30 minutes. Or get your order delivered direct to your door with free one-day shipping and over 160,000 quality parts when you spend $50 or more. Quality parts delivered quickly and safely. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating stores, standard ground shipping and exclusions apply.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
Summer in full swing, complete with smoky skies from distant wildfires. The high today 94. It's an ozone action day. Air quality will be reduced this afternoon. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Get your free credit scorecard today, even if you're not a Discover customer. It includes your FICO credit score. And checking your scorecard won't hurt your credit. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
When disaster strikes, keeping in touch with family and friends and reaching public safety officials is critical. To prepare for power outages caused by severe weather or other conditions, you should create an emergency communication plan. First, check important cell phone contacts, including doctors, veterinarians, utilities, and insurance companies, and note local non-emergency numbers. Store it
Back on in about 30 seconds, gentlemen.
of emergency. And make sure that person knows if you have medical issues.
Thank you.
Also, make sure everyone in your house knows how to text. Check backup batteries for all your phones and fully charge cell phones, batteries, and rechargers. Sign up to receive mobile phone alerts. Back up and print out important personal data. You might buy a battery-operated
10 seconds, we're back.
crank radio or portable TV to monitor news. Start preparing today. For more info, go to fcc.gov/emergency.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you need to buy or sell real estate, you're in the greatest office you can be with. Frank and his team. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. They don't even hold you to long-term contracts because he knows he wants you to be happy. And no one cancels. I love the idea that he will let people out of a contract that he doesn't want to force you to deal with him. He wants to prove he's the greatest every day. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. All right, listen, I get pissed when I hear about reservations and now they can't get money back during this COVID thing, and then wrong identity. How frustrating is all this? Gary, you think you know what to do about finding that stimulus check? He's being told he's a delinquent dad, a deadbeat dad. What's your idea?
Well, that happened to me, but it wasn't my stimulus check. It was my regular tax returns.
Okay.
And it turned out, this was a few years ago, somebody else was using my Social Security number.
How did you find out, though, Gary?
It took me, that's the problem, it took me like 6 hours on the phone one day. Then I finally somebody slipped up and told me why, and then I was able to track it down from there. But
how'd you correct it? How did you correct it?
After that, they did it. After I finally spent all that time on the phone, I never had another problem.
But who did it? Who corrected it?
It was the IRS.
I wonder if you call the IRS if they can tell you if more than one person is using your social.
Well, they sure didn't want to tell me, but they finally did.
That might be the way to go. That's another place to go. But
that would help.
But also, she should see if there's a listing for that name and number, or at least maybe they should check the number too with Jeffco. But I told her to call the county. Thank you very much. 303-713-TALK. Rick, what do you need to know about purchasing a salvage vehicle?
Good morning, Tom. Thank you for taking my call. Long-time listener.
Thank you.
Really enjoy your show.
Thank you. We've discussed
I'm
salvage.
looking at purchasing a truck, trying to get a Toyota.
Yeah.
And there is a dealer on Colfax, just east of Colorado, called George Auto Salvage.
Uh-huh.
What he does is he buys salvage vehicles from the auction, fixes them up, and then sells them.
Okay. If the salvage is due to hail, you don't have a big problem. But no matter what, when you buy a salvage vehicle, no matter what, you will not get the same resale. And you won't get the same insurance if you need to carry collision. As long as you know that, and you don't care, and you can get a screaming deal, there's nothing wrong with that. If they are repaired to ICAR standards, you need to make sure that that they do them properly. Okay, ICAR, by the way, is an organization, and I even forgot what it stands for nowadays, but it has techniques, skills, knowledge, and all of that. And you need to make sure these ICAR standards are followed, just so it's not dangerous for you. But Rick, there's nothing wrong with a properly built salvage car. But it's not the same as owning another kind. You're not going to get money out of it. It's going to depreciate a lot quicker and not be worth the same. Do you have, by the way, a screaming deal on your hands?
One that I'm looking at that just came in yesterday, or the day before rather. I didn't get the VIN number yet to check the VIN number, but what I want to have happen is have my mechanic look at it. But I'm pretty sure
What's the deal?
This guy's not letting me get to my mechanic.
Tell me about the deal. What's the deal?
It's a 2006 Toyota Tundra.
And how much?
And with a 4.8 liter, and it has 18,000 miles on it, and they got it from the California auction. And they said it was just side-swiped on the driver's side, and they were fixing it yesterday, replacing...
How much, bro? How much?
Well, I don't know. They haven't finished fixing it yet. They didn't even talk about price. I mean, I just showed up there yesterday because I saw this online.
Let's put it this way. How many miles on it?
18,000. And I checked the odometer, and it's electric. It's not one of those old school ones where you can roll it back. So, yeah, 18,000.
Okay. You can find comparable vehicles for about $13,900 without a crash history. So, right around $13,000. So if it's not substantially cheaper than that, just go buy one of the others.
So you haven't heard of this dealer on Colfax?
No, I haven't. You know, I like that they're open about it. But now ICAR, by the way, stands for the Inter-Industry Conference on Auto Collision Repair. It's a nonprofit organization. Huh?
Okay, ICAR. Yeah, I'm writing this down.
I want you to look it up and just compare what they did to ICAR standards. And let's see, ICAR, I found it. I think it's iCar.com. Let me go to the home page. Our No, it's iCarTrainToGain.com. iCarTrainToGain.com. I'm sure if you just Google iCar, you'll find it. And then they tell you about the repairs and what they do. So these areas, they have standards for certain repairs. And I wouldn't believe they just sideswiped it. They don't total a car with 18,000 miles on it, a Toyota Tundra, for just being sideswiped. And I can't believe it only has 18,000 miles. When was it totaled?
I don't know that information.
Yeah. Well, I would do a Carfax on it and find out all about it. And then, again, I would want to see a screaming deal. And that would have to approach like 60% of normal retail. I don't think I'd spend the money. I think if it's over that, I wouldn't do it. That's just my own personal opinion. You got to do your own deal. All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joanne, what do you mean you have a wrong identity? What's going on?
Okay. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
This has been going on for over a year. And it started out, my husband was in rehab, and I was getting these calls once a month threatening me that they can't make contact with me because they kept going in my voicemail, and they needed to contact me all.
Are people saying you owe money?
This one person, he was angry and nasty, and he says, you owe money. And he kept calling me Jeremy Palmer. I said, I never got the telephone number. He never gave us his callback number. So all these times I kept getting these messages. And I've taken care of a husband that was bad. And
all right, so where does it stand right now, Joanne?
Well, I brought the police in this week. And they put it in a court case in Adams County. And they gave me a case number.
Now, what do you mean they put it in a case? Wait, whoa. What do you mean? Joanne, what do you mean they put it in a case? What does that mean?
I owe Jeremy Palmer, under his name, money. I don't owe anybody anything.
Wait, Joanne, explain what happened after you called police. What do you mean they put it in a law? What are you talking about? When you called the police about this, what did they say?
System.
Huh?
And they gave me a number, telephone, to go and recheck on a recording.
Tom, I don't think she's listening.
Joanne, you're not listening to me. I need to know, is there a lawsuit against you?
I don't know yet. They're working on it now.
Who's working on it?
The courts. They said it's the courts, so I brought the policeman in to look at the information I have.
All right, why don't you Joanne, send us the information. I'm not getting anywhere. Send us the information. We'll look at it and track it down for you, okay? Really, we will. Joanne, if there's a case number against you, it's very easy to see if it's you or not. It's very easy to see if you owe money or not. Right now, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Is there a case number on that paperwork you got?
That ain't paperwork. This is all through the telephone.
Do you have a case number?
Lord.
You know what? Do me a favor. We're going to do something for you.
Were they asking for a credit card or a payment or anything?
They just left messages for a whole year.
Joanne, I think you're sweating over nothing. It's just a con. Police aren't going to help you with this. Here's what you do. Give us your name and everything, your address, date of birth. We'll do a background check on you and see what comes up. Free of charge. How about that?
You helped me before on things.
Let's do this for you. Hang on. Daphne will get your information. Let's just do a background check for you. We'll see what comes up. Other than that, don't worry about it. 303-713-8255. Joe Cano, we have a question again about Become the Banker. You say it's a guaranteed 4% and a 1% dividend. How is interest paid, and does interest make interest on your money?
Got a break.
George,
yes, Thomas.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's a 4% guaranteed rate of return that is compounding every year on the policy year. And in addition to the 4%, we use only mutual companies, which also share the profits of their company with their policyholders in the form of dividends. So right now, the dividends relate to maybe 1%. So somebody that buys a Become the Banker policy and overfunds the policy will get a guaranteed 4% tax-free rate of return, compounding every year, and a 1% dividend. Now, how good is that?
No, it's equivalent to like a 10% on the outside. This is becomethebanker.org for more information. We have more coming right up.
Here. 1 minute till Excel Roofing and Fix It 24/7.
Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
Cops have it bad. They got to deal with a nut like Joanne. Holy cow. Dig through that.
Westbound 260 between Quebec and New York. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Still doing some investigation of that early rush hour crash on the ramp northbound 225 to westbound I-70. Still seeing a little bit of slowing there. Watch out for the exit ramp, westbound I-76 to 88. That's shut down again for road work. And westbound I-76 between 96 and 88. The right lane is blocked off for construction again today. The weather forecast, mostly sunny, hot with a high near 94. Right now, partly cloudy skies in Denver and 85. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Get your free credit score.
All right, 10 seconds, Excel Roofing and Fix It 24/7. Here we go.
Includes your FICO credit score. And checking your scorecard won't hurt your credit. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
You know, things are getting back to normal in a bit here, and Excel Roofing is on the job. They have no money down until the job is finished and great cleanup. These are guys you can trust, Excel Roofing. You know, if you have old hail damage, call Excel Roofing. I'm my referral list since day one. My trusted roofer that I use. And also, Excel uses aerial technology to ensure your estimate is accurate, even without coming to your property and bothering you. And they have hail-resistant roofs. Your insurance may give you up to a 28% discount for this. And they've been in business 27 years with more than 36,000 satisfied customers. Same owner, Jay Bretz. Same phone number, no cancellation fee. They've been here and they're solid. ExcelRoofing.com, as in excellent. 303-761-6400. They're on top of it. 303-761-6400. Okay, so another company I am so proud to represent, a brand that means quality, integrity, and value is Fix It 24/7. George took this company over just a while ago and has built it into a fine representation of home services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And you will get the very best licensed professional technicians to your home for just $39. That's it, to find any problem and give you a complete estimate. And then if you get the stuff done, the work done, they subtract the $39, so there's no call charge. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939.
Proud to serve all. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance donated $100,000 to Feeding Colorado. We're also applying premium credits and working with customers to maintain their insurance. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance Company. Real service, real people. Learn more at cfbinsurance.com. Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on KHOW. If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3, or call 888-646-8787 for a free demo.
Did you screw up? Or maybe not, but you are accused of screwing up. Being charged with a DUI can have long-ranging effects. You need it handled right now, the right way. You need Joseph A. Lazare.
Hey, Tom, can I ask a question?
Yes.
How do you decide between, like, you're doing Joe Lazare now on tape? It's a recording. How do you decide between live and recorded?
Most of them on my show are all live, but they also buy what's called a recorded schedule. And that recorded schedule is rotated through the day, so it falls in my show.
Okay.
So I don't decide. It's just the recorded spots are recorded.
When you start getting into debt, it can be a little bit at a time, but it can quietly build up. And the high interest rates tied to some of your credit cards or personal loans can cost you a lot of money. But it doesn't have to be this way. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky, and if you're a homeowner, you can refinance any high interest debt into your mortgage at a much lower rate, creating up to maybe $1,000 a month in monthly savings, maybe more. It just takes a 10-minute.
I want to know why people get really sick. Some of them.
With the COVID? Oh, first of all, it has to do with your body's immune response, has to do with your underlying health issue, has to do with the health of your lungs, and some people just have, like anything else, it's a normal curve, and some people have an exaggerated reaction with hyper-inflammatory response, which is what is really bad, which is why they think that dexamethasone, which is incredible, because it's only $62. That's what it costs in a hospital for a 10-day course of dexamethasone, which is amazing, isn't it?
Take care of yourself and each other.
The Ron Burgundy podcast from iHeartRadio was a massive mistake. Ron should never have risked a microphone or learned about the internet.
I don't know what a podcast is.
But here we are.
You know what? I think we just trust the process.
Hosted by the world's
And it's like you've always said, if you do all this stuff to boost your immune system before you get sick, it's going to decrease the severity of the disease.
Well, what else does? On holidays. And sometimes I forget. I'm not perfect.
The Ron Burgundy podcast tells you everything you need to know about love, music, camping, and bees.
I swallowed it. I swallowed that thing, the bee.
Nobody will be talking about it at the office, but you'll know.
10 seconds. We're back.
You and me and a whole buttload of time to discuss anything. And I mean anything.
Listen to the Ron Burgundy podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Let's talk, 303-713-8255. To the phones we go, and you made reservations, and you wanted to cancel. Let's explain that idea. What's going on?
Thanks.
Let's find out what's happening.
Bye.
Mary?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
I'm calling for my son because he's working and he works overtime, and so he doesn't have time to call you. He asked me to help him.
Okay, so what's going on?
He made some airline reservations in January to go to South Carolina to visit his sister and take his young daughter with him.
Okay, did he cancel because of COVID? Were they still flying? What's the situation?
No, well, the trip was supposed to be at the end of March. So when he called to cancel, they told him that he could not cancel, that he would have 90 days to make new reservations. But he doesn't want new reservations because we don't know when COVID is going to stop, and the little girl is too young to chance it. And so he has asked for his money back. They do not want to give him
What airline is it?
Frontier Airlines.
What airline?
Told them
Frontier. Okay. Hey, does anyone recall what Frontier was doing with flights? I know that some of them are giving vouchers, others are letting them. I don't know of any giving cash back. Do you, Mark? Are any of them giving cash, or are they mostly doing vouchers?
Mostly vouchers. Some of them are actually giving you like 120% or whatever it is.
So, Mary, I don't think airlines are giving back cash.
Yes, but the 90 days that he has to make the new reservations, but will not allow that. And so he has tried talking to a supervisor. They hung up the phone on him. He has called them 3 times. Sometimes he's on hold for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And when they answer, they hang up.
Okay. Okay. You're entitled to a full refund. Listen to this. In the arrangement you made, like if it's a credit card, whatever, no exceptions. The airline can offer an alternative, usually a voucher. It's valid only with that carrier. It is legally allowed, listen to this, to make that offer, but you are also entitled to decline it and insist on a full refund via the original method of payment, this is a rule by the Department of Transportation. And I am reading this on a travel site.
Now, clarify when that would apply, though. If the entire flight is canceled, or when?
That's if your ticket is directly from the airline, directly, not through a third party, and the airline canceled the original flight. Did he buy it from Frontier?
He did, and I don't know if they canceled the flight. He just decided to cancel.
Here's the problem.
Then he's screwed.
Here's the problem. If they canceled the flight, they have to give a refund. If they did not cancel the flight, he has to accept an alternative.
And the alternative was to make a reservation, a new one, within the 90 days. But it has been the 90 days, and they are not allowing him to wait longer. So he's going to lose more than $400.
He had to make a reservation for within that 90 days. Did they say that?
Yes.
Well, why can't he? People are flying right now.
Because he has to make the reservation within those 90 days, and he does not know when he will be able to travel because he's working overtime because he works for a government agency.
But that's not the airline's problem, though, Mary. They don't have to give the... I don't know if the 90 days is unreasonable or not. Did he ask if he could extend that?
He did. And they told him no, and then they hung up the phone on him.
They're a discount carrier, guys. I mean,
I know it, Mary. Mary, I have to tell you, how much did he pay?
Anytime.
Do you know how much he paid for this flight?
I know it was more than $400. I don't know the exact amount.
That's for 2 people round trip. Think of how cheap that is.
Okay. Here's the thing. If he bought it directly from Frontier and they canceled, he'd get a refund. We can't help you if they did not cancel the flight and if they offered a voucher and if he just can't make it because he's working. I mean, I wish I could help you, but I can't because those are the conditions everyone has those conditions. Do we have anyone at Frontier we can appeal to? Do we?
I have a name, but I haven't used it in a long time, so I don't even know if she's still there.
We can try, Mary, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. We have more coming right up.
Yes. Okay.
Tell your smart device to play 630 on iHeartRadio.
Oh, Norris is up?
News and talk that impacts your life. What's up, Tom?
Oh, I was just going to say, tell Norris he's next.
Denver's talk station, available on over 2,000 devices.
Oh, comment and sell. I need to talk to him too.
Impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Tom, your Art of Brandon is going to be 30 seconds after Mark's.
All right, gotcha. Thanks.
Town to watch out for on the south end metro area, northwest bound Seaport.
You know, guys,
stop and go.
I'm not saying I'm getting sick, I'm not, but I feel like shit.
I
don't know, I just get these periods of just...
Does it have to work out?
Yes, a day or two. It's 2 days after I work out, probably every frame of time.
Now, where do you work out? The gym or at home?
Yeah.
Are they having any special, like, is it wide open?
Oh, no, they have a lot of rules.
No, because I think that with the shower curtains, I think you get so overheated and dehydrated if you use that because there's no circulation when you're sweating like crazy.
I don't think this has anything to do with working out, although it is, I always feel my pain 24 hours. Like, if I work out, I worked out Monday afternoon, right?
Right.
So, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I feel the pain. Isn't that weird? I don't feel the pain Tuesday, I feel it 1 day later.
And are you staying really well hydrated?
No.
That's a big...
That makes me feel achy.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not. I'm drinking this bullshit over here, which is just the opposite.
Yeah, you need to drink a lot of water to work out.
Guys, we're off.
Yeah, Mark just went out. He's down.
Don't let market volatility derail your retirement.
Hi, I'm Linda
I'm glad it wasn't us, though. So I'm here for Art of Granite when you tell me.
15 seconds till Art of Granite.
Thank you.
Markets, call today to schedule
Mark
a
went down.
complimentary review of your
He's out and it might just be his phone or something.
8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
TheArtofGranite.com. That's the website. I urge you to deal with Mitch Floria and the family at The Art of Granite. This is a locally owned and operated shop, and they give you all materials at wholesale. They give you the bathroom free when you do the kitchen, and they tear out and haul away free. He's a direct stone importer, and they're open 6 days a week, closed Sunday. They do the whole Front Range and mountain communities at severe discounts, and 2 weeks for your counters. Call for a price, even on the phone, 303-386-5919, 386-5919.
This is Dealer. For the past 35 years,
And Daphne, give me the number for that plumbing that I can put up that he did not get out.
Which plumbing?
The one he was doing, Master Rooter. Just put their number up there, and I'll tell him, because he got out before the number.
Gotcha. He also said he's going to just do an extra long Master Router next hour whenever it comes.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I got the number too.
Oh, yeah,
right there.
Okay. Show you our track record.
All right, good.
303-770-5551 or hit ncapitalistlaw.com.
Is he back with you?
He's back. His phone just rang. That's what happened.
Oh, he's got to block that out.
A mortgage safe.
Oh, let's call him. Let's call him. When he's saying something stupid, let's call him.
You found a way to block you, Mark. He just call you.
Last time many of our friends lost their home when it was unnecessary. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Many of our clients have the ability to tap their equity should the economy change, all without having to borrow the money now. We can show you how to access your equity in these uncertain times to give you peace of mind and allow you to focus on what's important. Your family. Call Affordable Interest Mortgage at 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. We are locally owned and operated since 2001. Our reputation of putting you first with straight answers and listening are unmatched in Colorado. Let us help you protect your home. Take AIM, 720-895-0500, where it's all about you.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new language like French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be too difficult and time-consuming? Then go to Babbel.com and try it for free. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you will actually use. In 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun, and memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then, sentences gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. Babbel is created by language experts who use the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learned. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel. Language for life. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
And iHeartRadio.
I know, Tom, you might not feel very good, but you're not as, like a few weeks back, you were really bummed out.
Yeah, no, that time I was like sleeping before.
Yeah.
I go up and down, but do you? No, you're pretty steady, right?
Yeah, but I'm getting pissed that I'm not playing racquetball.
I think
that's my workout.
I think
a case goes cold. That is.
I'm like I say, this doesn't affect me too much except for that, and it's kind of, I can see where people are getting, well, I can see where people shut in, and they're really shut in. Why they are bummed out.
Please goose these people, John, Brenda, and Dan, okay? I want to get them on, please. I'm going to take Norris, Chokiano, and then Ouch. But I want these people to know, please even get their numbers in case they hang up, Daft. And let's always do that, in case they get disconnected. This way we can call people back. I'm just, okay. He's got maybe some comments on that salvage truck. The guy wants to buy a salvage truck, a Toyota Tundra, 2006, wants to know, is it worth buying salvage? I says, as long as it's repaired properly, yes. Just know you're never going to get normal resale out of it. Norris, with SOS Inspections, what are your observations? Norris?
Well, I heard him get really excited about the fact that it had low mileage. And he seems to think that those digital odometers can't be rolled back.
Oh.
And I just wanted to let everybody know that because it's a digital odometer doesn't mean anything. They're actually quite easily rolled back. In fact, if you search on Craigslist, you can find somebody in Highlands Ranch do it for $89.
Norris, listen. I want people to know that you check out cars when they buy them. Usedcarcheckout.com. By the way, I love that website. Usedcarcheckout.com. So, would you be able to tell?
Yes.
Okay. I love the guy. In fact, why don't we get, I want you to hang out for next car day, and we'll have you available by phone. 303-949-6117, 949-6117. You'll never spend better money ever than usedcarcheckout.com. Joe Ciano or Jordan. Let me talk to Jordan. Jordan, you are personally doing Become the Banker personally. How much did you invest in your very first life insurance policy? What did you get? I want your story. What did you get?
Yeah. So when I first started with the policy, I was actually a newborn. My father, Joseph, he started on me.
He did one as you were a newborn. How much?
Yeah, I believe it was about $250 a month. Yeah, it was our college plan for me.
Okay, so when you turned, when did he hand it over to you?
Surprisingly, he still hasn't handed it over, Tom.
Okay, but have you been able to borrow from it?
Yes. That's the joke going with us, is that I'm able to use it, and this is a great way for people to help their grandkids and children.
Okay, so Jordan, how have you used it personally? I want to give a personal experience.
Yep. I'm sharing that with you here. I was able to purchase my first vehicle when I was 16 years old through this concept, and instead of going to the bank and financing it, my father showed me that he'd started this plan on me. I used the cash inside the policy, borrowed it, paid cash for the Jeep, but this is where most people are left with that decision of, do you pay yourself back the same interest rate, or do you just pay yourself back the simple interest? And the best thing is to pay yourself back the same interest rate the bank would have charged you, just like I did. And I was able to make the money the bank was going to make off of me. And by the end of 3 years, because I bought it at 16.
You owned your car, plus you had more money stashed away.
Correct.
How much cash value, if you don't mind saying, do you have right now?
Right now, it's $37,000.
Oh, man, your phone's going out. Hold on. I'm going to have to get you back. I'd like to know some more personal experience from Jordan on Become the Banker, because he now is in business with his dad doing this. I'd like to know about that and more. Plus, we're going to take your phone calls on the Troubleshooter show about stimulus checks and a Cadillac coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
Home loans, they have the rate guarantee. If rates go down, they will refinance you free. Charge 303-867-7000. Check out their pre-approval. It's like a cash offer, already approved.
Problem, man, water goes through me. It's more so than Coke goes through me.
It doesn't surprise me because there's still caffeine in the Coke.
No, that doesn't go through me as much as water.
I'm surprised because there's caffeine in the Coke.
When I drink water, I'm trying to just like
Distinguished newscaster of all time, trying to fit the facts of the day.
This one's a live one you gave me.
Oh, is it?
You talk to one of them, and then the other one, back and forth says something.
Oh, Joanne in the next?
Yeah.
Well, you got to tell them, just talk one at a time. I told you, I would drive me crazy when patients would do that. When the husband would call up, and the wife would be right next to them, and you'd say, well, how much weight did you give her? Let me talk to your wife, she's right there. So we don't, so I can ask her questions directly. She used to drive me up the wall.
I know. But that's, on this one, the good thing on the car thing, they didn't sign to have the engine put in, and they didn't sign to pay it.
Oh.
So they'll probably get, I'm trying to get the paperwork, get charged from the place, but...
They should just undo the whole deal.
Well, yeah, but that's ain't going to happen. Probably not. But they'll probably try to come after them for the money for the engine. They paid more money for the engine
than for the car.
Than the car.
I know it's really sad how people take advantage of uneducated buyers.
Yes. Well, I'd say, I mean, that's why used car buyers are the worst reputation-wise, but you don't have to be. But that's what their bonuses are made of. When people use their bonuses or use their selling whatever to get bonuses, no matter what it is, I seen it in my business when I was in there. I know people would try to sell stuff because they would get bonuses on there, and they didn't need it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and these were professional people. These were all engineers and stuff. But there's people that...
Well, it's like doctors doing unnecessary surgery.
There you go. There you go. But people, I think that's what gives salesmen a bad reputation. If you say, I'm going to be a salesman and try to help people, not just try to sell them stuff they don't need, that's how you can get rid of that stigma. Because when I first said, hey, you're going to be a salesman, I said,
it's one thing I could never be as a salesman.
well, but if you look at it as you're going to just do like say, you do surgeries, you sell surgeries, but only sell necessary surgeries and give them
I don't
low
look
down.
at it as selling because people are coming to me for an answer.
But say instead of doing the surgery, you were just the selling of the thing. You could do that, and you just do it as a need basis, and you'd let them know what's going to be good, bad, or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to picture that as selling because you're.
Oh, it is. No, but it is. If someone comes to you and says, hey, I think I need to do this, it's, well, no, you could try to do this. It'd probably be a little cheaper.
Right.
That's selling. That's selling.
I don't know if giving the correct medical advice is considered selling.
I think
if someone comes to me with a problem, regardless of what I can make out of it, I'm going to tell them to do the appropriate thing.
That's selling.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Because I don't make any money from it.
What are you talking about? It doesn't matter. Like say we're just talking about like the sales on that car that they had and stuff, and salesmen get a bad stigma because there's people that sell stuff that they not be needed. But if you look at selling as you're trying to help the people, that's it's still selling. Yeah. But you're trying to help it.
But what if they come to me and I tell them you don't need something? That's not selling.
No, yes it is. It's not selling that service, but you. It's just like say if someone comes with a car and stuff. Just selling doesn't always mean you're going to make the sale. You got to say what's right for the person.
Right.
That's what. And you could say, well, down the road you'll get that. But nobody should recommend a surgery,
Oh, that's not. Of course not.
And no one should recommend something that they don't need.
Right.
A car. Hey, well, this car. That's still selling. As long as you
what
look
do you
at
think, Tom?
Huh?
What? If somebody comes to me and they think
say he's a salesman and he sells surgery,
and they think they need surgery, I tell them, no, you know what? You don't need surgery. This is what you need to do. Is that selling them something? It's not selling.
It's not selling them something, but still selling because you're still doing. You're in that.
No, you're not.
Job description.
No, you're giving them a professional opinion based on your years of experience.
So we were all professionals in our line of work too, but if they don't need it, you don't try to push it.
Right.
That's the.
I think we're getting hung up on semantics.
Well, the job is still selling. It's just that you're selling with what they actually need according to your professional
opinion. If somebody comes to me who's having a baby, am I selling something? The baby has to be delivered.
Well, I'm not saying it's something.
I got to get you a photograph of Mark.
Yeah.
I really would like to use it. What size do you want it?
I can shrink it down and blow it up.
Okay.
But the head is probably the best.
No, I'm going to give a headshot. I have some good ones of him.
Shrinkage, Dan? You work on shrinkage?
I can work on shrinkage.
Thinning hair, bald spot, or maybe all three like me? Well, you don't have to travel to LA or Seattle for the very best in hair restoration.
I got some good ones of Mark.
Using this state-of-the-art technology.
Okay, this guy here said his voucher from Frontier had to be used by the end of the year.
With advanced hair, you always have the highest standard of care, well beyond CDC.
These are really good.
Me in the battle against hair loss and restore your confidence with a full head of hair that can be truly life-changing. So I want you to be one of the first to schedule a free consultation, get special financing, 250 hair grafts for free, and $250 off your treatment. All you have to do is call
250. Wonder what 250 hair grafts looks like on the head.
Yeah, I like this one. Let me get this one for him.
Back on in 30 seconds.
In a suit?
Yeah, no, hold on. I'm going to give you a crop.
Oh, I can crop it.
No, I want to do one like this, then one of him at the microphones.
Okay.
I just got a message from one of my buddies. Said United offered a 1-year to rebook or a refund.
That's what the guy on here said.
That's United, not Frontier.
Oh. This guy said Frontier.
Okay.
Gave him a special deal. But you know what? Again, this is selling yourself. The guy probably started yelling at him.
Right.
And he hung up.
I tried so hard on Monday.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show anywhere of its kind. Let's get right to it. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. All you have to do to take advantage of that and get 25% off is put Tom in the promo code, RealCBDThatWorks.com. People, we are busy and we want you to keep calling because here's why. We really love answering questions because we can prevent you from making the mistake. That's the most important thing. So many people call me after the mistake. That's fine. We'll do that too. But we like preventing problems. So please, have your students call us, your kids, your neighbors, your aunts, your uncles. You call. If you need help, of course, give the number out. We have stopped so many scams in this country. And I've been around here now in Denver 40 years. This is no BS here. You don't stay 40 years solving problems and calling down fire on people unless you're pretty accurate and you can really prove what you do. So thanks to our advertisers and referral list members, we're able to support this effort, and we offer this free. So all you have to do is listen and call 303-713-TALK. We've recovered hundreds of millions. Yes, Mark.
On that salvage vehicle, I want to clarify something with people. And, chime in if you think I'm off on this. But let's say you buy back a salvaged vehicle for $1,000. They pay you for the entire vehicle, $15,000. I'm making numbers up. And you can buy the salvage vehicle back for $1,000. So you buy it back for $1,000. You with me so far?
Yeah, but usually, Mark, they sell it for more than that back to you if they give you $15,000.
Well, whatever. Okay, $5,000.
Okay, whatever it is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, now you dump another $7,000-8,000 into it to fix it.
Right.
And now it's just like new again. You go out, you get full coverage insurance, and you get hit by somebody else. It's not your fault. What could possibly happen?
Well, they'll subtract they're going to go back to salvage value and maybe a little more.
They're going to go back to the salvage value, and you'll end up losing the money at that point.
Maybe a little more, but that's it. You're going to be screwed on the insurance aspect. Or if you go to trade it in, they're not going to give you a normal trade-in value. It's going to carry a stigma.
They won't even. Most dealers won't take it.
But let me tell you where people don't care about the stigma. People who want to keep it, and there's another one called wannabe.
Hell.
And I don't like using that word wannabe because it kind of puts people down, but it is a wannabe kind of thing. You think to yourself, I've always wanted to drive a Ferrari, but you could never really afford one. I'll tell you what, you get a salvage Ferrari and fix it up, you'll have a beautiful car. No one who likes Ferraris will ever go near it, but you'll have something to show off. And I'm serious about that. The same thing with a lot of these other cars that people love having but can't afford. If it's done properly, there's nothing wrong with the ownership in and of itself, except, as Mark brought out, the insurance coverage. Also, if it's stolen or if you try to sell it or trade it in. Dan's got a comment. I don't know on what Cadillac he's commenting on. Go ahead, Dan. What are you commenting on?
Hi, Tom. Yeah. Was it last week the young man or the man who was having all the difficulties with a rebuilt or a new engine put into his used Cadillac?
Yes, an Escalade, right? An Escalade, okay. I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a few things just generally. Now, you probably know this. This is not news to you, but a lot of listeners should probably know that Cadillacs and Buicks going back 3-4 decades are notoriously hard and expensive to work on. Whether that's by design,
By the way, did you say Cadillacs and what?
Buicks.
I really did not know that, Dan. Where do you get that from?
Somebody told me that, and I have a Buick, a Le Mans, and no, not a Le Mans, a LeSabre. And I'm not going to say the name of the dealer, but it's like they want to work on it all the time, and it's expensive. And it doesn't even have that many miles on it. But as a general rule, somebody told me this years ago, Cadillacs were difficult and expensive to work on.
They're really not. They're really not, Dan.
They're not?
No.
They're not? Well,
no.
Also, there's another thing. New car dealers don't make a lot of money on their new cars unless they're buying.
That's right.
And most of their money comes from repairs and service.
And add-ons. Right.
Right. And
financing. So you're right. So you're saying then that stands to reason that their repair departments, their maintenance facility, their service departments will be more expensive.
So now you're saying Cadillacs are not that, but I've heard just the opposite.
No, I mean it. I don't think they are from what we've heard, Dan, and because we've asked this question before. By the way, it's really easy to compare. If you ask shops for their flat shop rate per hour, and then their parts, or you ask for their jobs, they quote jobs based on certain books, then you can compare prices. And if they won't give you a price up front, now that sans any complications, but you ask them for just a straight upfront price. If they can't give it to you, or a ballpark, I wouldn't go to them. I like shopping around. All right. I'd like to, John, you say you have a stimulus check idea. What does this mean, John? And we have lines open at 303-713-TALK. In fact, if you have any questions about Become the Banker, I got Jordan standing by as well. Jordan Cano, that's Joe's son. That's becomethebanker.org, by the way, to make your own appointment. And our number is 303-713-TALK. So, John, what do you want to say about a stimulus check?
When I heard that, the thought that I had for that lady that's trying to find the stimulus check holdup,
yes,
to go to her congressperson, who could probably cut through all that federal bureaucracy better than anybody else could. So that would be my thought.
Do you think, John, we have always heard about this, calling your local congressman. Have you ever had results doing that?
I've never done it myself, but I've heard of it a lot. I mean, every congressperson has...
that's not a bad idea, damn it, because you vote for him. You could say, listen, this is a problem I need your help with. I don't know where to start. That's a good idea, John. Daff, this woman's going to be sending us something. Or is she the one that hung up, Daff? No, she's not.
Yeah, she hung up.
No, that one did. About the child care. I thought the one that hung up was the one with the mistaken identity. The one with her, maybe that's what it is. Anyway, this guy is being come up as a deadbeat dad. He never had a divorce, and he's taking care of all his children. We'll just have to figure it out. 303-713-TALK. But, we might try that next time around. Jordan Cano, we could talk about Become the Banker, and I want you to know that when Jordan was just a little kid, just a newborn, his dad took out a Become the Banker for a few $100 a month. Jordan used it to buy his car. So he borrowed from that policy. So that policy continued to pay 4%, and the company charged you what, Jordan, 5% for the loan?
Yeah, basically about 5% for the loan.
So your differential...
It might have been a little bit higher then, but yeah.
Okay, so maybe you were paying a net 1 or 2% for your car loan after taking away what's still being earned, because when you borrow $30,000 to buy a car, or $20,000 or $10,000, whatever, that money remains in your account adding and gaining interest, but they're also charging you interest, so it comes out to be a net expense. So if you take a loan out, let's say $30,000 at 5%, right now it would be, they charge you're be earning 4%, so it's like a net 1% cost to you. The idea, however, when you borrow from yourself, is to make more payment on purpose, a higher interest, to try to squirrel away more money. So, Jordan, how much additional money were you able to squirrel away buying that car?
Right. Yeah. So, being my first vehicle at 16, it was only like a $8,000 car, but it wasn't quite that nice, obviously, for the first one. But by doing that, I was able to tuck away on that first loan probably about an extra $4,000 to $5,000 through over those 3 years of extra payments.
That's great.
16 to 19. Yep. And then from there, I did it to my next vehicle, which was an Infiniti. So it kept on getting nicer over the years and just kept on.
So you literally, Jordan, do not go to a bank for a loan.
Correct. I mean, the only loan that I've had to use would be for my newest house because it was
more money.
500,000. Yeah.
Right.
So I was able to use the policy though as a down payment. So I didn't have to, come up with 20% or any of that. But as far as the other.
Now, when you throw out money for your down payment, are you paying that back to yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. And the reason is just because of that use of cash flow again and to be able to release that money for the next debt that I'm going to have because I know I will have another new car, new vacation, or whatever the case.
So this policy was taken out by your dad. Now, he's technically the owner, but if people take them out for their kids, they can sign them over to you, right?
Yes, and he could sign it over, and he will sign it over to me at some point. But the idea was just absolutely to keep the ownership so you can help.
Right.
The stewardship.
Now, did he do one on each of his kids?
And then change it. He did, yes.
And are they using it the same way or not?
They are. Yes, they are. I think there's only one out of the kids that cashed out.
Okay.
Just because they had some financial stuff. But everybody else has used it, and that's the beautiful benefit is to just keep on using these accounts for not only that growth, but for the financing purchase side.
And again, you can use it for college too.
Oh, absolutely. And this is one of the best vehicles because you're able to hide money from financial aid forms through this. So
wait. Why is that, Jordan?
Well, they don't consider life insurance as an investment. So you don't have to claim this on the FAFSA forms. And so for a lot of parents nowadays, when we talk about college planning, you're able to stuff money in these plans and really maximize not only the growth of the cash and the security of it, but maximize those financial aid forms. Unlike
so when my kid gets ready to go to college and I have one of these policies, let's say I have $500,000 in cash built up, I can borrow tuition from that. I can pay tuition with that, pay myself back, and if they get financial loans or student loans or low cost loans and stuff, and when they ask for financial disclosure, you do not have to disclose that $500 cash value.
You're absolutely right. And that's why you'll get more benefits typically at a lower cost. And that's kind of our whole goal is, if you can, get the loans, use them for the next 2 to 3, 4 years, however long the student's in there, and then pay yourself back or pay off the loans.
Yeah, you pay off the loan because your policy's making 4% and student loans are low.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Now, if anyone has any questions, he'll be standing by, becomethebanker.org. Of course, any problems, questions, or complaints, or you just want to get something off your chest, we also want to recap some recent members of sleazbrigade.com and then talk about some other issues that we should be aware of coming up.
15 seconds to Ideal Home Loans and Joe Lazera.
DC Nightly News with Lester Holt for in-depth coverage of the stories affecting us all in communities across the country. Turn to the most trusted TV news anchor in America. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other.
Tom, Ideal Home Loans?
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. That's right. If you need a home loan, why do I say they're ideal? I always say that. Do you know why? Because they have so many features for the borrower, like the interest rate guarantee is one of the most important. That means if interest rates go down, they'll refinance you free of charge. They are also a direct mortgage lender, which means lower costs and fees and interest rates. And if you don't believe that, just check it out. Shop for a mortgage. Ask them. They'll tell you. They also have a pre-approval, and that's like a cash deal. Do you understand? You're just waiting for the appraisal, and then that deal's done, and you can close in like 3 weeks. So that is like a cash deal, and it's a pre-approval. You should call them now to get that done. They do credit optimization, which is just a tweaking of your credit legally and ethically and quickly, even though you're approved, to get you even better pricing, and custom term loans. Get the low rates without going back to 30 years. Pick whatever term you want. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. And if you need help with criminal defense, you know, you may say, Tom, when will I ever need criminal defense? Listen, a neighbor might need it. Your kid might need it. Unfortunately, that might happen. I've had a friend come to me and say, Tom, I need Joe Lazzara's number. Here's another thing. What about DUIs? You may not even think you were drunk and you drove without realizing it. Sometimes people make stupid mistakes. There are all other situations. You know, these times have told us anything can happen. Joe Lazzara, 303-429-6200. Put the name away. I hope you don't need it, but you have it when you do. You don't have to shop around at that point because I've done it for you. I know him personally. LazzaraLegal.com, Lazzara, 2 Z's, 1A, LazzaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200.
If you're a man and feeling sluggish, weak in your workouts,
You want to follow up on that?
Yes.
energy
Yep.
you used to have, it's quite possible that you have low testosterone. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if this is you, it's time to get
I also sent a message to Jennifer with the homeless,
might even contribute
Tom,
to a healthier lifestyle.
and she said as soon as she's done, as soon as she's free, she'll let me know how much money was donated.
How much you owe?
Remember yesterday? The lady who does the homeless people?
Oh, yeah, what about
She said she's doing haircuts. As soon as she's done, she'll let me know how much money was donated. And then I'm going to match it.
If I say I'm homeless, will she cut my hair?
Hey, you look like you're homeless.
Testosterone therapy can change your life. Your initial
I cut my hair 3 times.
with results in minutes. And if you
I know I got gaps in there and stuff like that.
Your visit is free. Call today at 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Every now and then I come across a product that just makes me say wow. And Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is one of those products. No other product can insulate your home as well and without disrupting your living space. It's done from outside the home in just a day in most cases. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. A small nozzle injects this environmentally safe foam and expands into every nook and cranny, lowering energy bills by up to 50%. Talk about paying for itself. It even makes your home more quiet, inhibiting insect and rodents. See this foaming process in action at foamyourwalls.com. Then call Rocky Mountain Retro Foam for special Martino pricing. 720-676-6333. It's a safe injection foam that stays in place and will never compress. It's even a fire retardant. Imagine all these benefits in one product. Energy savings, more comfort, soundproofing, insect and rodent control, fire retardant. Do you see why I say, wow? You will too. FoamYourWalls.com.
If you're in debt to the IRS, there's good news. Optima Tax Relief can help you resolve your tax debt right from the safety of your own home. Optima's award-winning team works with you online and over the phone, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home to put your tax problems to rest. Optima's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and standing by, ready to help you today. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief. For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Fake Doctors, Real Friends. It's the Scrubs Rewatch podcast with Zach Braff and Donald Faison.
So we're going to do it like this. Every week we'll be coming to you talking about the next episode of the show. And we'll hope that you'll watch it along with us because that's kind of the idea.
Join these Hollywood besties as they interview former cast members, directors, and even show creator Bill Lawrence about the wild nights, weddings, and everything leading up to this cult classic TV show.
And they'd be like, we just saw your movie. And I'd be like, oh, cool, thank you for going. Let me tell you about our specials. And it was like, only in Hollywood can you go see a movie and then have the star of the movie wait on you for dessert.
Together, Zach and Donald recall the intimate journey that built a lifelong friendship. Oh my God, this is where it all originated. Join Fake Doctors, Real Friends as they remember their early success and try to figure out if the janitor was a figment of JD's imagination.
Well, you've already proven that time and time again, Donald.
Listen to Fake Doctors, Real Friends on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
Summer in full swing, complete with smoky skies from distant wildfires. The high today 94. It's an ozone action day. Air quality will be reduced this afternoon. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Get your free credit scorecard.
All right, back on in 30 seconds.
It includes your FICO credit score, and checking your scorecard won't hurt your credit. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
The Situation with Michael Brown.
All right, you're back. 10 seconds.
Protesters up there raised $30 million, but they spent only $200,000 bailing people out. What a scam.
Talk 713-8255. So we have a follow-up from Deputy Doc. By the way, get your phone calls in if you have problems, questions, complaints, or any issue you need help with, anything at all. 303-713-TALK, or you can call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. By the way, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They do bathrooms, kitchens, baths, and they do, of course, all the outside stuff from the roofing down to the decks, siding, windows. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, a company you can trust. Deputy Doc, we left off with a couple cases. What are you working on? Hold on, your mic's on. Go ahead.
Devin had called us. He bought a 2014 Chevy Sonic as a salvage vehicle. He knew it was salvaged. But
He knew it was, right.
He was
Okay.
having a hard time getting the title. I spoke to Denver Auto Sales, and the problem is they bought it in Montana. And Montana has apparently a rule that the title had to be notarized. And because the DMV up there was closed because of COVID, they couldn't do it. They got somehow the rule changed and they're able to get the title. The title was sent to their home office, and apparently they were going to get the title to Devin either today or tomorrow. And it sounded like they knew what they were doing, and I'm not sure what you probably know what a branded title is. That was part of the issue.
It just means that the title will show an S on it.
Okay.
It's branded with an S showing it was a salvage vehicle.
Right, and
he does know.
He knew
I hope is he getting a screaming deal?
He was happy with the car. There was no problem. So he's going to call me either today or tomorrow and let me know the outcome.
Good.
And I'll let you know.
So we got through. That's hard. That's a lot of red tape. Do you have anything else working?
Oh, I got cut off yesterday, but do not do business with Vivant. Vivant Home Security are a bunch of sleazy people.
Or call it Vivint.
Or Vivint,
I don't even know what
whatever
it is.
Vivant,
Vivid.
Whatever, by any other name, they should be a sleaze company.
No, and they just flat out deflect. They don't even take on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is crazy.
And Tom, we've had calls from Vivint where their salespeople that go door to door are bullies and have been mean. They're not a good company.
Now, I don't want to even say this because I don't want people saying I said it. Were they related to any other company recently with another name? Vivint. Because,
Not that I know of.
Because you remember who we used to get complaints about all the time was the big one. What's the name? ADT. God, we used to get tons of complaints. And we haven't gotten a lot of complaints recently about ADT. Not recently, right? Yes? Much better than Vivint. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Vivint was the really bad one we had just about a year ago.
Okay. All right. So let's talk to Brad at SaferNet. People, get your calls in, or you can even do me a favor. If you know someone else having a problem, explain it to us. We'll give you advice to give to them, or anything you want to warn us about. Brad, we tell people that internet is more important than ever now because that's how most people are doing things. And by the way, Brad, just hang on because I'm going to come to you. But Eric has a comment on Vivint. Eric, go ahead. Let me just take that while we're on that train of thought. Go ahead, Eric.
Well, Dap's on the phone with her right
okay.
now.
Never mind. We'll wait. So, Brad, on websites and internet, what is the danger of having no filter, the real danger? Because so many people listening, I think this is why sometimes it doesn't click when I tell them they can buy an internet filter, an app like SaferNet that keeps them protected from virusware, malware, ransomware. I think people every day are surfing and they don't have any apparent problems. So we know the ones that have apparent problems because they're the first ones to call you, say, what can we do to prevent this in the future? That's malware, ransomware, where they're threatening to keep your files if you don't pay, or malware. But what are some of the more insidious ones we may not be aware of?
You know, one of the difficult things is that sometimes these hacks are not necessarily directly hurting us.
at that moment.
They're at that moment, exactly. But it's kind of like you leave your front door unlocked and somebody walks in your house and takes things that you don't notice that you're going to miss for a while.
Right.
Goes to your tool chest and snags your tools and does those kind of things and you don't notice it until you go and look.
That's right. Or another identity could be established that you never know until all of a sudden your stimulus check is taken and you're wondering why. And it's because somebody else had your identity.
Exactly. And so what happens is that we live under this fake sense that it's safe. For example, I know that in most businesses, it takes 9 months before they actually realize they've been hacked. And usually it's from an outside source saying, how did my information get out?
Here's the thing, Brad. I think we all know we need protection. We really do. And this idea of a filter that's automatically in the background, one thing I'm trying to get through people's heads, it does not interfere with your internet connection in any way. Brad?
It does not. We just recently ran a bunch of tests again. We have less than 1% latency, which means that you don't even notice that it's there. It doesn't slow you down.
Right. And also, it doesn't gather and keep information about you either.
No, and there's a lot of companies out there that are free, that do VPNs for free, or they do those kind of things. And the reason that they're free is that they're blocking other people from gathering your information, but they're themselves gathering your information. And so in our case, we don't want to gather anybody's information. We've set it up so we cannot gather any information. The only information that is seen is only by the administrator.
And that's you for your own network. You would be the administrator, and that's safernet.com. By the way, hang out in case we get any questions, and I have a few emails too. That's safernet.com 720-452-1222. safernet.com. You download the app, and it's all automatic for just a few dollars a month on everything. It's just really cheap. We got more coming up.
Clear. 1 minute till full of law.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
As the lunch-hour drive continues, got troubles off highway. Bowles is closed in both directions at Federal due to a natural gas line break. Crews are on the scene. Best to avoid that area altogether if you can. No other stalls or accidents being reported across town. Remember, the exit ramp from westbound I-76 to 88th is closed for construction. Also, the right lane's blocked.
Why does Facebook look like this? Looks weird. I've never seen it look like this before.
Or if they're doing something different as far as...
Let me just try it here.
Today, hot with a high of 94. Right now, it's partly cloudy in Denver and 85. With your impact traffic...
No, now it's not.
Wagner, 630 K-How.
Get your...
All right, 10 seconds, full of law, simply floors. Here we go.
Customer. It includes your FICO credit score. And checking your scorecard won't hurt your credit. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
You know, when you get into an accident or you're injured, the last thing you want to do is shop around for an attorney. I swear to you, I know this man, John Fuller. I've watched him through several cases, and he is one of the finest attorneys you're going to get, and you'll get legal advice free when it happens. So keep the number. If you are ever injured, tell someone. Call John Fuller. He'll give us advice. He will. He'll answer the questions or evaluate your case. Then if you decide to hire him, it's on a small percentage fee basis. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Look for John Fuller on my referral list at referralist.com. You also hear me talk about Simply Floors, Inc. That's INC like a corporation, right? Look them up, simplyfloorsinc.com. Make your own appointment to get floor coverings, all of them, whether it's carpeting, waterproof carpeting, you get your vinyl floors, your luxury vinyl tiles, your tile, your hardwoods, natural hardwoods, or lamins. You get them all at severe discounts because Buddy and Karen pass discounts on to you and have the best installers in the business. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Not what you had in mind during all those years you worked to save for your retirement. Well, it doesn't have to be that way if you plan today for your tomorrow. When you meet with Linda Gardner and her team at Blue Heron Capital, they'll create a personalized plan for your retirement.
So she does the actual haircutting.
No, I don't think so. That picture didn't look like her.
That's
It looked like two old black guys.
Oh, that was okay. He used to give it. That's how you know, there's the one dental shop that does for homeless, whatever, teeth.
Oh, really?
But I guess you get used to just bad teeth all the time, so it's not a big deal. It's just a job. But can you imagine, you know, they haven't brushed forever? And
well, I can tell you some of the stuff I had to look at. It was pretty gross. You know, these 400-pound women would come in. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself.
It's like looking at a car.
What?
It's like looking at a car.
No, it's not like looking at a car.
Ooh, boy, this needs an oil change.
You don't need to put olive oil on, clove oil on your mustache.
Oh.
So folks, give us a call and see what our family can do for your family. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors.
That's one thing I just cannot understand is where you start getting sores. You let yourself go that you get sores in between the folds of fat.
Touch-free residential and commercial roofing, solar, and siding quotes. Proudly serving Colorado for more than 13 years. 12 months, no interest, no payments, financing available.
Yucko.
Roofing, solar, siding quote by visiting metrobuilds.com. Metrobuilds.com. That's metrobuilds.com. Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage, especially now with rates at or near the lowest in the history, but you didn't want to start a 30-year loan again? Well, now
Mark and Suzanne won't be on tomorrow. They're going to.
Where are they going?
I don't know. They must be going. They might be going on a ride or something.
Oh, you would have to cover for Mark?
What's that? You have to
We're
cover.
going to have to cover for
You
Mark?
have to run the.
13-year, 18-year loans, really any term.
Well, we could be just as obnoxious.
Is a custom loan. You choose the term based
It's just so hard to get to a microphone.
most competitive rate and the
Yeah, you were supposed to add one to this. I think I'm just going to go live.
What do you mean? Add a microphone to what?
A microphone to here, so it's a splitter and stuff.
So we don't have to keep...
And not only that, is you could take that and just put it right there.
I know, but he has to keep putting it on.
That's, I can do that right from here.
You know, no one can process water that fast. Even though I have 3 kidneys, there's no way I can process water that fast.
Wow.
I have a dromedary kidney on my left side.
Oh, yeah.
Could be a sign of diabetes, you know. Polyuria is the first sign of diabetes.
But only when I drink water. Now listen, you know something? It's also a sign of being fucking over 60 and
Could be your prostate.
Yeah. Except my PSA.
Do you have any BPH?
PSA.
No, BPH.
No, I don't have that.
Okay.
But I have very low numbers, I always have. I think that dromedary kidney, I can process that much more, can't I, with 3 kidneys? Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want Brad to hang around?
Yes, if he would, but, or let's call him back. I'll tell you what, let's call him back every hour. That'll, if he's around, that would be better. I'll work him in every hour.
Did you ever talk to him about that DiLorenzo wedding?
Back on in about 30 seconds.
That was a long time ago.
No, but he'll remember. No, did you ever check with the consumer?
Well, I said that the last time I heard, you told me not to talk to him because he was the sponsor.
No, I said, no, you can call him. I did talk to him though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can call him. Nothing's sacred here. Okay, bro. Are you working your second job, man? Are you in a restaurant, Ants? Shooter 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Oh man, we have a lot happening here. Please make sure you protect yourself. I'll tell you why. You know, we have 2 schools of thought about COVID. One thing I think we all agree on, it's not BS. It's not made up, okay? It's an illness. We may have opinions on whether we should have closed down, how much we should have closed down, what we should do now, how we should have done it. It doesn't matter. I think we all can agree on this. I hope we can. Mark, I don't think there's disagreement on this. Dan, Doc, that it is an illness we don't want to get, okay? And we don't want it to spread. We want to do away with it. Do we all kind of agree?
Yeah,
I think.
I told you about the latest.
And I do want to talk about that in a minute. Coming up, he'll tell you about one drug costs $60 that is cutting the death rate. But here's what I want to do. I want to say we all agree, I think, on this. COVID is a real deal. It's a virus. It can be deadly in some and not so deadly in others, but you can still spread it to those who can die. It is something we should be aware of and take steps to curtail. We all agree on that. How we do it, we all have different opinions, but I'm asking all of you to just really protect yourself. I have a fear that we may let our guards down just a little too much, and we don't want to do that. We want to just use common sense. All right, let's go to the phones. We have a comment on Vivint from Eric. Eric, go ahead. What's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Hello, Eric.
Hey, so Vivint Home Security, I really wish there was a way to put these people out of business because, I mean, they are horrible. And they're door-to-door salespeople. Yeah, they are bulls. They are rude. They lie constantly.
What is your experience, Eric? Did you have an experience?
So I live in a neighborhood that every house is posted no soliciting. Our HOA has huge signs saying no door-to-door soliciting. And I've actually had a guy come up to me and tell me that he doesn't have to abide by that because he has a permit from the city. And when we tell him the city doesn't
technically they don't have to abide by. Technically, a homeowners association cannot pass a law inhibiting someone's right to go to your door. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true.
Well, it's considered trespassing if it's posted.
No, it's considered trespassing if you have a locked gate or a gate, if there's what's called, this is so much law that you don't care about, it was from a precedent called the beaten path to the door. If there's a beaten path to the door.
Religion.
Okay, what, Eric?
My understanding was that the only exception to the no soliciting is if it's religious.
I thought politics too, though. I thought, Eric, I might be wrong, man, but anyway, you know what? That is a good idea to investigate. We haven't talked about it in a long time. And I'm trying to think who we would get who would know about our rights going to the door. But in any case, they shouldn't go if there's a sign that says no soliciting. You're just asking for people to be pissed off, right? Obviously, if it says no soliciting, they don't want to be bothered. But I agree with you, Eric. This is a terrible, terrible company, worthy of the Sleaze Brigade. And speaking of Sleaze Brigade, go to sleazebrigade.com to see the latest entries. I got the videographer there, that one from Copper Stallion. And then I have, what else did I put on there? The one from the other day, that other guy, that disc jockey. The DJ
Syndicate.
Yeah, the syndicate. Okay, now, Mark. Let's wait for Mark and try to get Cliff Enton on if we can. Let's do that. Nadine.
Hey, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it says here what I'm reading says, even private property owners may be surprised to learn that door-to-door soliciting actually is legal in the United States. The Supreme Court has ruled that traveling salespeople have a constitutional right to be there. So that's about it.
And you know what, Mark? That started with religious and political stuff, too. It's all the same. They all have a right to do it. And it does shock people. But my theory or philosophy is, why would you? If you had a religious message, if you had a sales, if you had something, a political message, why would you go to a house when they say, we don't want you? I mean, I think you're just causing problems to begin with. I'm not saying you don't have a right, but why would you do it if your whole idea is to win them over? Right? That's your whole idea at the door. Anyway, let's talk about Nadine's problem. Go ahead, Nadine. What's going on? You filed taxes, you sent it certified mail, and it's not delivered. When did you send it, Nadine?
This was sent on March 16th.
One of the problems that slows down your taxes is sending it by registered mail. Do you know why?
Why?
Because because it requires the government representative who goes to the P.O. box to pick it up, or who goes to that box, they have to sign for it. It actually slows you down.
Well, the thing of it is that I tracked it, from the post office, and I sent, both the Colorado State and the IRS. The one from Colorado State says delivered. When I tracked the one that went to Ogden, it says in transit. So
yeah, but they still have to open it up, read it, do everything else with it, input it.
She's wondering, she's wondering if it was even delivered. It says in transit, Nadine, because no one signed for it. I promise you that's the reason.
Oh, well, the thing that I'm wondering is because it's holding up this is for my brother, his refund.
No, it doesn't. Wait. Oh, yeah, it'll hold up his refund. It won't hold up the stimulus check, though.
No, he got the stimulus check, but what I was wondering is, should I go ahead and e-file for him since they have?
You know what? Let's find out. If you e-file once you've sent one, let's call Larson and ask them. Okay, so just hang on. So now we want to try to get Larson. Cliff, I guess Enton is not answering, but I'll give it a shot. We have a lot of experience between us all here, or among us all here, so we'll do that. And then Rico wants to talk about a judgment. And I think his mom wants to get a judgment revised. We'll talk about that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Just before we take a break, Joe Chiano, is it Joe or who's on now? I thought Jordan was on.
It's Joe.
Oh, Joe's back. Joe, I need a quick answer. Honest to God now, what is the lowest practical premium you can have a month and still accumulate anything worth a damn? I mean, give me a realistic monthly payment. First, I'm not talking about someone who has a lot of discretionary income, but what's the lowest practical amount? I mean, that is really worth it. Not that they can do it, but that's really worth it.
Sure, Tom, depends on the age of the individual.
Let's say someone in their 40s.
A good rule of thumb would be between $200 and $250 a month.
Would be the low end.
The low end. Yeah.
And that would be okay in your 40s. You could still accumulate enough to make a difference.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have people, that put $200 a month, and we have people that put $100,000 a year.
Oh, right. I mean, now, the people who put $200 a month in, though, Joe, they won't be able to borrow for a while, right? Because they have to build that up.
No, they'll be able to borrow. Actually, in the first year, if they do $200 a month, it will actually take about 12 months for them to borrow, because they have to have a full year in there for them to borrow. They couldn't borrow.
So they have $2,400, but they're limited on what they can borrow, right?
They can borrow about 50%, 50 to 60% of that amount.
Okay.
It's that liquid.
I get it. And what you're saying is even that helps to build up. If you pay yourself an exaggerated interest, will help get that quicker. So, okay, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Here. 1 minute till zero, Rez.
This report is...
How's Mark's connection, by the way?
We treat you like you treat you.
Let me see if he's there.
Oh, no, I was just curious. It's not a big deal.
He sounded fine on the radio.
Okay.
But, I can never really get to him in the breaks.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you hear what I asked? Are you still doing a restaurant second job?
Yeah, I'm currently making the drink menu over at Ramen Star. I also work in the kitchen, and then whenever we open, I'll be on the floor again.
Okay, so they're not open on the floor is what I was going to ask.
Not
okay.
Yet. Chef is still waiting.
Okay.
Sunny and hot today with a high near 94. Right now,
he must put in quite a few hours.
What's that, sir?
He must put in quite a few hours.
He does. He has 2 jobs, man.
Get your free.
So he's got
when you're that age.
Even if you're not.
Yeah, but it's still hard.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And checking your score.
It's still hard, man. I mean, I don't care what you say.
Learn more at Discover.
I know when I was in my 20s, I told you I had a full-time job at the stock exchange.
ZeroResDenver.com. Okay, that's Rez, R-E-Z, ZeroResDenver.com. Remember the website, okay? Because here's why. They not only do your carpets, we've trusted them for years. They've done mine. They use their patented empowered water and sanitized carpets. Okay, now they're doing hard surfaces with a special process And by the way, that process is wonderful. It puts down a protective shield that can last up to 90 days against all pathogens. And they start at just about $30 a room, but they'll do a free estimate. And that includes your doorknobs and counters, vanities, plumbing fixtures, toilets, phones, trash cans, and more. Great for businesses or for homes. Call and ask about it. 303-471-5150. This is, by the way, the real deal. It's scientifically proven. It's not BS here. This is a protective shield up to 90 days. 471-5150, ZeroResDenver.com.
Burgundy Podcast is your chance to listen to the most.
Okay, guess what I'm doing? More water. More. More.
When it gets up, you will listen to him laugh. You will listen to him cry. You will listen to him.
Okay, I made a decision. I do not like those egg bites at Starbucks anymore. They're just nasty.
You want a good frozen egg? Those, oh, God darn it, who is that? Jimmy Jean's little thing.
Yeah, I don't mind frozen actually at all.
And they're very good. They got a little bit of potatoes, eggs, sausage in them. Don't you think they're good?
Yeah, I do.
They're the best frozen thing I've ever had.
So guys, now the work starts with the drums. Because here's what I found. You make immediate progress when you do your first, because you get all back a lot.
Right,
And then nothing. Right? I got a lot of progress, but okay, so I'm about 50% of what I was. But I got that all in like a day, and now I'm not improving. So I got it's a lot harder than I think. It used to be I could just like be laid off, and before a gig I could practice for a week and I'm done. Now when I get back on there, I stay right where I am, and I'm trying to get to that next level.
So what's the end goal?
Just to be like I used to.
Oh, so you don't want to do a gig or anything?
Oh, teach my kids. I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And maybe post some YouTube.
About the future?
No, you should get a gig. And just see it.
It would be fun, wouldn't it? Here, look at my video. Not of me playing, but this is I just showed what I had. It's called a hybrid drum kit.
What's prepared if the economy changes? Last time many of our friends
Was it hybrid because you had those things, electronic things on the drum?
That's what the cool thing is. Because it literally is called, it's an electronic drum set, really.
Without having to borrow the money now.
Okay, but I
we can show you how to access your equity in these uncertain times. Give you peace of mind and allow you to focus on what's important.
You have
your
this?
family. Call
Yeah, I have it up.
720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. We are locally owned and operated since 2001. Our reputation of putting you first with straight answers and listening are unmatched in Colorado. Let us help you protect your home. Again, 720.
That's why it's a hybrid, right?
Yeah.
Where it's all about you.
Newsmax calls it the most important book of the 2020 election. Mike Huckabee says it's President Trump's playbook for victory. Mark Levin calls it indispensable for every conservative. Trump's fight warns Trump.
No, these things.
Okay, then when you hit it, it triggers that.
Right.
So you hook that trigger to a computer module, and that module interprets that sound for whatever you want. I have it for real drums. In other words, I have the tom, perfectly tuned, right? They're perfectly tuned because they're electronic. So that's what I do. But then I kept the cymbals acoustic and the Latin acoustic.
Newsmax TV.
Back on in about 30 seconds.
On Amazon bestseller. Find it in bookstores everywhere. Or check out the free offer and save $28. Just call 800 Newsmax. That's 800 Newsmax. Or go to
I think this is intriguing. There's my computer.
Get bliss today.
Tell your smart device to play 630
Okay, about 10 seconds, Tom.
All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. We're back.
Amazing.
Working from home.
That's awesome, Tom.
Oh my, I'm so happy. I'm like a big kid. It's like a toy. But I'm not so happy with my ability. I really remember.
Well,
Hi, Tom Martino. Your Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. You know, I was talking to Deputy Doctor on the break about my drum set I set up, and I thought I'm going to get on there and wail. Oh, man. It's a combination of no practice for 20 years, and then age. Have you guys ever, anybody listening, ever tried to get back into something you haven't done for years? And how did you do it? Whether it be physical, skiing or flying or playing an instrument, maybe piano or something. Or I wonder, it's not like a bicycle. Bicycles, you just boom.
But, man, I took for granted how hard it is to get back to where you were. Anyway, Rico, talk to me about this judgment thing here. And then, oh, no, we have, I'm sorry, we have Michael Plantinga with Larson Tax Relief. Michael, Nadine filed her taxes and sent them certified mail. I think she means registered or whatever. I think they're the same. But in any case, it was a signature required, right, Nadine?
Oh, you know, it says certified mail receipt, and I don't think it said return receipt required, but it was sent certified mail.
Okay, is that a good idea to send your taxes certified, Michael?
Absolutely, Tom.
Oh, it is?
To file taxes, it's always best to do it electronically, but the second best way is to mail it certified, which does require a signature on the other side.
I gave her wrong advice. I said it slows it down if you send it certified because they don't get around to signing.
Does. It does slow it down a little bit, but you have proof that it was filed. So if the IRS claims that it wasn't and tries to assess a penalty for failure to file, you can prove that you did.
But she's getting an in transit, and that's the problem. She wants to know this. Because she sent it certified, she has not yet gotten a signature nor notification. It says it's in transit. Would they screw things up if she refiled electronically?
Well, here's the issue. It could be a duplicate return, and that would trip things up. If she filed it first by paper, if she wants to file it again, it has to be by paper and have a note attached to the return filing as a potential duplicate. And that way it won't mess up the processing systems. But the mail centers are just opening up, Tom, and I imagine they have a mountain of mail they're getting through.
Oh.
Be that they're still getting to it.
Nadine, did you hear that?
Yes, but I'm saying that this was sent March 16th of this year.
That's in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, but don't you think...
I agree with Mark.
Yeah, so listen, Michael Plantinga has been having his finger on the pulse of the IRS, and he's saying the mail centers are just opening up, let alone the IRS. Right, Michael?
Exactly.
So I think, Nadine, you know, you said the state was delivered, but that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't get discouraged
electronically.
He prefers electronically. Yes, he did say that, Mark. Is that what you asked?
But if she files electronically,
no, can you do it for free?
And they then get the return she mailed, that could...
No, we know that, yeah. So don't do, if you're going to file a second one, do it by the same method, or don't do it electronically more than once. But if you have to do it by mail more than once, put on the second one a note saying this could be duplicate, sending as a backup. But listen, Mark asked a question. Do you have to pay a service fee to do it electronically?
You do not, but if she's going to follow up with a second mailing, have her do it no later than July 14th.
Now, Nadine, if you have a specific question, we'll get Larson on for you. We'll call him back. 844-LARSON Tax. They are open, helping people with back taxes, audits, and bills. 844-LARSON Tax.
Clear.
Thank you.
Roofing is essential, and to get it done the right way while keeping social distancing and going beyond CDC guidelines, go to the roofer I've been recommending nearly.
So Tom, have your son or daughter showing interest in the drums?
Yeah, they both do. No, they're learning. I gave them one lesson. They actually wanted to learn.
That's awesome.
And they weren't, like hurrying. Because I let them go crazy, and I said, here, go crazy. And then I said, okay, now what do you? Then they realized they didn't know shit. So that was good. So it was frustrating to them. So they were willing to listen to me. I did Genesis, right? Yeah. I didn't do one.
And remember, with Excel, you don't pay a cent until you're content. 303-761-6400. ExcelRoofing.com.
Hey, yeah, how's it going, Ollie? Great. Hold on one second.
HD2 Denver.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, Denver, and iHeartRadio station.
ABC News, I'm Will Reed.
top Democrats in Congress signaling they're not on board with the Republican plan for police reform introduced today. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said the bill has a long way to go.
The Democratic bill bans chokeholds and other tactics that have killed black Americans. The Republican bill purports to ban chokeholds, but only those that restrict airflow and not blood flow, and provides exceptions when deadly force is needed. Who determines when deadly force is needed? Usually the police themselves.
The Republican bill, introduced by Senator Tim Scott, requires police departments to share more information with the FBI. The district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, expected to announce that criminal charges will be filed against 2 Atlanta police officers involved in last week's shooting death of Rayshard Brooks.
I don't see why the second one would have criminal charges in Atlanta one. You know,
I don't either. He was just running after him.
That do not require masks. This comes after San Antonio
See,
reported a
they're making it worse by what they're doing.
more than doubled. This is ABC
By
News.
doing that.
A top
You
doctor in
see- you
Israel
see
says the country is at the beginning of a second wave
that
of coronavirus.
Jerusalem's equivalent to Dr. Fauci
the police
says
chief
Israel is at the
resigned
beginning of a
right
second
away.
wave
Of where? Seattle?
Atlanta.
Dr.
Oh,
Segal
no.
said that's
Whatever.
because
She should have never been a police
increased
chief.
testing
If she can't take any kind of heat like that.
From 20 new COVID-19
Damn.
cases a day
Damn,
in
you're
May
right.
to nearly 300 a day now.
I just got a call from Denver Oil Outlet.
Disease expert blaming young Israelis for
They
failing to
went
wear
bent
face
over
masks.
backwards. They have the title in their
great.
hand.
Good news.
All they have to, they're trying to contact Devin. When he answers the phone, all they have to do is pick it up.
Right.
Okay,
So
we gotta
I-
make sure we follow that up.
Yeah, because Ali
Have
just,
Daphne call Devin if she can.
well, they're trying to call
I know, but we should too.
him. Okay, I have his number.
Which cars are full and which cars have room to allow social
Well, I'll get him on tomorrow after he has the title. So we can,
You know what? That's the best. That's
Yeah.
the best.
but I'll tell you, how often do we have somebody call us back to tell us that they,
Exactly.
this guy sounds so legit.
Yeah. Have you heard this treatment here for enlarged prostate? Do you use it? Resin here. You want to see it? They do this up here, and they inject steam. This is steam.
Yeah.
You heard of this?
No, but it's no different than
And that's
than cutting it away. Yeah.
No, it's better than cutting it away. Because there's bleeding and stuff in cutting it away.
Right.
This seems like
We use heat. We used to use heat for endometrial problems to burn away the endometrium when people were having excess bleeding.
Okay.
So it will, the
It
heat.
kind of like cauterizes it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
That is a mild side effect
Yep.
it can have. But look at it. I mean, if it does that, why not? And they said it almost might even help. They don't have a lot of study on it. Reduce cancer.
Well, I don't think it'll reduce cancer because that is the reason it's BPH. The key word is benign.
Oh,
So-
okay. But future cancer, I should say.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because
I listened to the whole thing. And
the incidence of cancer is genetically determined. So removing tissue is not going to.
they're not removing it.
Well,
They're shrinking.
Yeah, they're shrinking it. It's not going. I don't think it's going to affect the pathological part of it.
And then they
It will
have
remove the functional part.
And then they have this here other thing where they put this little. Look at this here. Have you seen this?
What? That's where they cut it away.
No, they're not cutting away. Here, I'll show you.
What are they doing?
God darn it. Where is it? There. Okay, they go up there.
Yeah.
They put this thing in there. It pops the thing out, and then they squeeze it to enlarge the opening.
Oh, right. Yes, that's just mechanical.
Right.
There's all different ways to do it.
But cutting away to me would be bleeding, and I can't believe they can't put a stent in there.
What are we talking about? What is
BPH,
that?
benign prostatic hypertrophy. Different ways to deal with it.
Well, what is that? The prostate?
That's the prostate.
Where? So what's between it? Is that where the urethra?
The urethra, the
Why
urethra
does
is
the
there.
urethra go right through it like that? That's poor
Because-
design.
It's not poor
I'm just
design.
kidding.
No, it's not.
Why?
Because when you have sex,
Pumps it out?
Yeah, I mean, your penis is your
Pump.
vesicle for delivering semen to a woman.
Yeah, but it's not connected there. The tube is closed through there, though, right? It doesn't inject fluid in there.
Yeah, it
It
does.
just well, no, wait. Show me what you mean. So on the prostate here, the urethra, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Is a closed tube through there.
No.
It isn't?
No, right?
Are there ducts going in? Is that where sperm is secreted from in there?
Well, no. The liquid. The seminal fluid.
The seminal fluid is secreted through here?
On the prostate.
In this area? Are you sure it's this area?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're the doctor.
That's where the prostate is.
Okay, but I don't know that. I didn't know that. So the tube that goes through there,
it
doesn't just go through there for the hell of it. It's actually goes through there and picks up seminal
fluid, right.
Then where does it get the sperm?
From the testicles, through the vas deferens. It goes up and around.
And they mix together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's where you got to shake.
So hold on. then when this gets enlarged, it squeezes on that, right?
And it makes urinating difficult. Yeah. Or frequency, you get all sorts of side effects.
And what is this machine?
There's different ways of. It shows different ways of dealing with BPH.
No, I get weak. I can't. I won't be able to do the show if you start talking about that shit.
Then we bring up hernias.
Oh no, not that.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show anywhere, going on 40 years now in Denver, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life just a little easier. And we urge you to call or give our number out anytime. You can call 303-MARTINO. We'll get back to you even, so you don't even have to wait. Or you can call 303-713-TALK while we're on the air, or 303-MARTINO. Anytime, 303-627-8466. We're going to go to the phones. We had an interesting question about taxes I want to clarify. And then I also want to take your problems. And one of the things that is really good, Deputy Doc, we got a good, you were there to say that, right? We got a great follow-up. We talked about a guy that bought a car salvage, couldn't get the title, right?
Ali.
We just got word about it.
Ali, who's the general manager of Denver Auto Outlet, called me up. He sent a guy down to deal with it. He got into some kind of hassle. He knew a supervisor down there, got DMV to give him the title. He now has the title
in hand,
and he's going to get in touch. He's trying to call Devin, and as soon as he gets in touch with Devin, he just has to either
now that's a lot of red tape. That's a lot of red tape.
This guy bent over backwards. Now, Denver Auto Outlet.
Actually, you're pretty high on how they handled it.
He didn't have to call me back.
Okay, good.
He went out of his way to deal with this issue.
Very good. Well, we ought to talk to him maybe about things if they're that good. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. Now, we were also talking to Larson, and I want to clarify a few things. He said mailing places were, now Larson Tax Relief, by the way, they handle back taxes, audits, and problems and debts and collections, but they're helping us in general with all kinds of information. So I want to clarify this, Michael Plantinga with Larson Tax Relief. If you file taxes, even if you filed in March, the mail centers were closed, not just with the post office, but the IRS processing places were slowed down too. Is that right?
They were completely closed. They weren't slowed down. They were shuttered.
Okay, so therefore, it would be common if you mailed in March not to have a reaction yet.
Absolutely.
And you said be hesitant before you send a duplicate return. In what cases would you send a duplicate?
The one time I would send a duplicate, for example, our last caller, if she has not received notification that her return has been accepted and received, I would, just as a precaution, send a return marked as potential duplicate on July 14th. That way she still sends it, and it's postmarked by July 15th, and she will not be assessed any failure to file penalty.
If she doesn't get notice because she sent it certified.
Exactly. But I expect she should receive some sort of notification before July 14th, Tom.
Okay, but she can have that backup if she needs it. Now, on a backup, is it okay to just send a photocopy, or do you have to literally re-sign that other one? You know, the back page.
You could send a photocopy. It depends on the processing center, but to be safe, I would send a freshly signed copy.
As long as everything else is copied, it's okay. But where you need to sign, you sign fresh.
Exactly.
Okay. So right now, did collections open up yet?
Yeah, they are open. Enforcement doesn't begin until July 15th, but collections is open. Agents are working. They're getting back up full speed.
Are people getting letters?
Notices are starting to trickle through again. The IRS mail is not as heavy as it will be, but it's slowly gaining steam.
Another question. When does the IRS start getting aggressive? Is it triggered by the amount, or is it triggered by the length of time?
It's generally triggered by the length of time, so there are a series of notices that the IRS will issue. Whether or not you owe $500 or $500,000, the length of time is always triggered by where they are in the series of notices that are issued on every balance.
On your very first notice, how much time do you have to get to Larson Tax Relief to deal with it before, let's say, it gets serious?
You have time. The first notice is just a notice of balance due. So the IRS will issue that and give a time, or a date, as to when that balance needs to be paid. That would be a good time to seek professional help.
Anyway, I appreciate it. Michael, Larson Tax Relief.com or 844 Larson Tax. And again, if we have any more questions, we'll get a hold of you. She just had that one delayed tax return. She thought it was delayed. Thanks for that information. All right. So, Rico, I noticed you were holding about your mom and a judgment. What's going on with you, Rico?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's happening?
So she got a letter a couple days ago on the 16th, and she sent it to me today. She's got court on the 20th regarding this revivement of judgment.
Now, what does that mean?
I honestly, that's what the letter says. They're trying to revive a judgment from back in January of 14.
Okay, I get it. But I have a couple of questions to ask. Is your mom a victim of the judgment? Is the judgment against her, or is she the one issuing the judgment?
She's the one being issued the judgment.
Okay, so it's against her. And yes. So it sounds like it was a previous judgment that is about to expire, and they want to revive it. Does that sound right?
Yes, sir. That's
okay.
About right. And I just
what was the judgment for, Rico? What was it for?
It was for a car. She lost her job. She couldn't pay it. Got repoed. They got sold out of action, and
now on repoed cars, they usually keep coming after her for repoed cars. The judgment was in where? County court?
Yes, I want to say.
Well, in other words, was it a 6-year judgment?
Court, Adams County.
Was it a 6-year judgment?
How do I figure that out? It was from July 17, 2014. So.
Okay, so that's when it was issued. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yes.
Okay, yep, it's coming up on 6 years. So they're renewing it. So what is your question? They've had a judgment on her all this time. It's really no big deal. It's just recording that same judgment over. They almost always get it renewed. What was your specific concern on this, since it's already been there?
Do I need to go to court for this with her? Does she need to go to court?
Well, okay. Now, they're just advising her this is happening. She can go to court if she wants. Now, they're not trying to sneak anything new into it, right? They're not putting additional money on there, are they?
Well, I guess they accrue taxes, interest.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's normal.
Double the amount it was. So.
Right. And that's what usually happens. If she has concerns, she has to see an attorney. But here's the thing. That's all. If what you're telling me is what you're telling me, then it's a renewal. They're just renewing it for another 6 years. If she wants to challenge it, then she needs to get her act together. If she thinks she doesn't owe it, or they miscalculated or something, then she has to fight that on that date, and yes, she would have to show up. Okay? And I don't advise she does it alone. But in most cases, it's just... What were you going to say, Rico?
I was going to say, and what kind of lawyer am I looking for?
A collection attorney or any kind of general attorney. Why? Is you thinking she's going to fight it?
No, she just wants my opinion on it, and I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Anything about
I'll
it.
tell you what. Do you have the notice there?
I do.
Okay, we can run it by an attorney for you.
That'd be great.
We can help you on that, Rico. If it's what you're saying, it's not going to be a big deal. But now, she's not looking to challenge it. She's just looking to see what that means, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
we can get you that information. But if she wants a strategy, now that is going to be more difficult. She would have to sit down with an attorney. But the thing is, they've had it there for 6 years already. She's not trying. I mean, she doesn't dispute it, does she?
Well, I mean, she doesn't really know about it. She doesn't know English very well, so.
Oh, I see.
She probably got the letter. She got the letter at some point. She just didn't know what it was.
I get it. Yep. Listen, Rico, it's possible she wasn't even served back then, and they just got a judgment. You know, there are so many dirty tricks people play, but it's kind of hard. What is the total amount of this judgment?
Almost $7,000.
Is she buried in debt?
She doesn't work right now.
But is she buried in debt? Is she buried in debt?
Not per se, no.
Because she could always do a bankruptcy, is what I'm saying, you know, and get rid of it if it was really hassling her. Are they even trying to collect from her?
They haven't tried, no.
Then I think that that saying you can't take blood from a stone, stuff like that. I think that they're giving up on trying to collect from her. But again, if you send that to us, we'll have somebody give it the once over and figure out what it is. I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show, and we ask every day, what can we do for you? You got a problem, a question, a complaint, or something just pissing you off? You can unload here. I urge you to go to sleazbrigade.com, which is the exact opposite of referralist. Sleazbrigade.com, some new entries up there. And I think we're going to put Vivint up there as well. So stay tuned for that. And if you have any elections for the Sleaze Brigade, let us know. More right after this.
So it sounds like they're just renewing the
Get Found Fast and K&H
judgment.
Window. But he presents.
Right. And they might be doing that because they want to sell it. If you want to sell it, you want to
Customizes your card.
I'm going to see
so you only pay for
if I can actually do this without an earpiece using just that.
so you won't pay for what you.
Alright, here we go. 10 seconds. Get Found Fast. K&H Home Window.
It is eating my candle. No, seriously, he's making a mess. No, seriously. Liberty. Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
Get Found Fast is the place that you call to get a free evaluation of your website. GetFoundFast.com. Here's why. Your website is everything these days, and they can tell you how it's performing in search engines and in load times and in every other way that Google and others look at it. It's valuable information, and it's free of charge. You don't have any obligation to continue with their service. Just call them and find out. You may want to keep them. We do. We use them. That's GetFoundFast.com. All right. K&H is, of course, open for business, an essential contractor, and they are improving homes with windows, siding, doors, and more. Now here's the deal, 25% off their wonderful vinyl replacement windows that I put up against any window, and they have done windows in my home. I can trust them. I know people have called them 15 and 20 years later to come out on their lifetime warranties, and they're there. I've used them, and that's why. Also, they have the best siding in the business. This is a lifetime of durability. It is a palette of colors with colors impregnated through and through. You can't destroy these windows with normal hail and weather. You'd love them. And you get 25% off on all of this. Go and make your own appointment. KHWindows.com. KHWindows.com. In business 64 years. 303-421-7100.
The answer key
Thank
for
you.
kitchens and baths, windows and doors. There's absolutely no reason why right now can't be your time to get started on that beautiful new kitchen or that awesome bath you've always wanted. Right, Todd?
Of course, Dad. With our unique cabinet resurfacing, they'll get that beautiful new kitchen, and without the mess and expensive replacement, and in a shorter time, too.
Boy, you got that right, Todd. But if an all-new kitchen is on their wish list, we'll build it from the bottom up, first rate all the way. And let's not forget that very special room, the bath. What about that?
Oh, good. My prescription. I got it. Good. I am totally doing away with these sons of bitches at all pharmacies, except I'm doing online, man. Online is the way to go.
Okay, Todd.
I don't ever want to walk in a pharmacy again. I'm so tired of them, especially CVS. You got to go to that Target store, then you got to wait. You got to wait outside to get in Target, then you got to wait when you get into them. It's terrible.
Don't miss out on some of the
Blink Health is the best thing I've ever done.
Your doctor automatically gets notified, and then they say, "Yep, it's okay."
Yeah, they do it all, right? You just I put stuff on now on auto renewal. These people just send me stuff. I never have to go anywhere, and it's so cheap. I don't have to use my my plan. It's so cheap.
And loans his own money.
That's right.
As a direct mortgage lender, he has a streamlined process that can be done.
Can you get some Ambien there? I got to get my physical. I'm 3 months late.
Homeloans.com. Brent urges you to shop for your loan. He simply wants a shot at your business.
Are doctors even doing physicals, Doc?
The last appointment I had was the teleconference.
303-867-7000.
Helicopter.
Teleconference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, how do you do everything else?
He just asked questions.
Because I don't want that. That's worthless.
Well, I wasn't, I had no.
Right. But I got blood work. I want to do blood work.
Well, I'm going to get the blood work. He's going to mail me the slip. Get the blood work done.
And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made
Where's
from
my
natural
Losart?
gas,
Oh, there it is.
not crude oil.
That's on auto refill. See, that's on autofill. So I want this. How do I get them on autofill? That's what I want to know. How do I get them on auto? Oh, good. This is auto refill too. Love
So
it.
how many of us have lived in sweatpants, socks, and hoodies for the last
Except
couple
I
of
seem
months?
to need them
I don't think I remember
sooner.
what a belt is. Luckily, your Skechers for your feet. So now they're all staying safe and starting to get out a little bit for the summer. We keep that same comfort
July
no matter where we
12th, that's
go.
a long
Just
way
go to
away,
Skechers.com.
man. I can't wait
You
till
the
then.
ultra comfortable options Skechers has to offer. There are comfortable sandals and shoes for running,
I wonder how I
walking,
get
playing
that.
golf, everything you love to do under the sun. Out of the sun.
Wait, this
the
was
rain,
shit.
the house, whatever.
Let's see where the hell
Something
it is.
wishy-washy at a
That's
Skechers
why I already
exclusive
ordered it.
improvement refund. See them all right now at Skechers.com.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Summer in full swing, complete with smoky skies.
I'm back on about 25 seconds, gentlemen.
94. It's an ozone action day. Air quality will be reduced this afternoon.
Okay, so that's being
weather
said.
meteorologist Brooke Starner. This
I
July
love
is
this place,
National
man.
Loss
Everything you
Prevention
just
Month. And to
managed.
help raise awareness,
Wouldn't you hate to be
Invisible Fence brand
like
will donate
in a traditional
$10,000
business
to an
now
animal
with
shelter.
these people taking all these?
I've always thought, why do you need a pharmacist?
And help lost
No,
pets return
I
home.
mean, they count pills, right? You have a computer say, put pills, okay, this, boom, boom, here.
I'm Tom Martin.
Free Talk 713-8255. By the way, I believe in home delivery whenever you can if you like it, and I'm doing all my pharmacy that way now. I go to Blink Health. It's an amazing thing, and I found the prices so cheap that I don't even need my drug plan. They're cheaper there than you can buy through your drug plan. I don't even know how that's possible. I mean, they're so cheap, it's almost scary. And, so what if the pills seem like they're hand-painted, the little logos on them and all that? I'm just kidding. It's genuine. It's good. It's U.S. pharmacy. So anyway, Lisa, what is going on now with this property you were renting? What's going on?
Tom, we own a property at a 55-plus community in Ocala, Florida.
Okay.
We're having the property management company of that 55-plus community rent out our unit. They have collected, the lease was started June 1st that they found tenants.
Okay, so you're renting it out and you're using this company to help you.
Yes.
Okay, and where is this property located?
Ocala, Florida,
right, okay.
on top of the world.
Okay, so what's the problem now?
Well, they have collected the first and last month's rent, the damage deposit, a non-refundable pet deposit, but they're only releasing the damage deposit and pet deposit to us. And the first month's rent, they did release the first month. So they're holding on to the last month and holding it in escrow. Does that sound normal for property management to do that?
Okay, so I misunderstood. You're the tenant.
No, we're the owners.
Okay, then I don't even understand. What do you mean they're not releasing it
The
to you?
property management company.
Why? What? Tell me what? Okay, right now it's rented till when?
December 9th or 10th, I believe.
So it was from December to December, a year's lease?
No, 6 months and 1 week. That's their requirement, 6 months and 1 week.
Okay, so you just did
The
it.
community.
I got it. You just did it, right? Okay. So now,
right?
I don't know, but I don't understand why. So they gave you the first month's rent. They gave you what else?
Yes.
What are they holding? What exactly are they holding? How much money and for what?
They're holding the damage deposit, which is 1 month's rent.
Yeah.
They are holding the last month's rent they collected and a pet deposit.
I don't get it.
Per my request, they're going to release the damage deposit and the pet, but they're still holding on to the last month that they collected.
But why? I mean, what reason did they give you? What does your contract say with them?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I need to find that contract.
Well, it's going to all be in there. They might be doing that for their protection because if you try to get rid of them, they're going to make sure they get paid what you owe them. That might be like the way that they keep you straight with them. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be in the agreement, Lisa. They can't just make it up as they go along. You didn't look at that agreement yet?
No, I have not. We signed an agreement in February, and we were out there for a week or two, and we came back to Colorado. So we.
How much are they actually charging you, though? I know they're keeping a deposit, but what are they charging?
They are charging half of the first month's rent for their paperwork, showing the unit, stuff like that, and then 10% each month they collect for their share.
And then for that money, for that half of first month, plus 10%, they find you new tenants when you need them, right?
Correct. And if there's an issue like...
Are you having any problems with them? Do they seem to be good when it comes to repairing and taking care of problems?
I don't know. This is our first time. We've owned the property 5 or 6 years, and this is our first time renting and using them, so I don't know.
And why did you decide to rent?
Because we have not been able to get out there and use it like we'd like to.
And it's in Ocala.
HOAs every month.
Yeah. So was it your primary residence at one time?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I would get that agreement and see if you're having any trouble after you get that agreement. Call us with the agreement, and we'll go after them if they're keeping money for no reason. But I'm thinking they're not that stupid that they're just going to keep your money. But I would be on it. I would not wait. You're correct in doing this right from the beginning instead of waiting. So call us back and let us know. All right, Tina, what's happening with Tina? What's going on, Tina? Tina?
She should be there.
Okay, we're having problems getting Tina, so I'm going to have to put her on hold. I'll talk to Brad. Brad, SaferNet. Brad, we were talking about having this internet filter, I call it, this VPN. It's a private network between you and the internet. It encrypts all your information so people can't pick up your passwords and all of that. They also can't pick up personal information. And they can't get to your computer. So you're basically safe. And what I want to know, with this, you say there's no interference as far as the time lag or anything. There's no latency problem at all. Is there anything you can't do with SaferNet on your computer? Someone asked me that. Does it inhibit you from doing anything where you may have to temporarily turn it off and on? And by the way, if you do, I've done that before. It's only a few seconds. You go on and off just like that easy. But anyway, what about it, Brad? Is there anything that requires that?
No, what happens is sometimes we might block something according to the filter settings that you have in place that you don't want to have blocked. And so, for example, my bank changed their protocol on logging into their website, and my bank was being blocked through SaferNet. So the first thing you do is we have a pause button, so you can just hit your pause It pauses the VPN for a very short time so that communication happens, and then it automatically rebuilds that VPN so you're back to a safe zone. But if you find a website or some location that you want a permanent allowing to access, all you have to do is go into the website, hit I'd like to allow this, and now it's an allowed website through your network. So you have the ability to set the internet connections up any way you want to with over 200 controls.
So you can let some people through. You don't have to go on and off every time. You may discover something that you inadvertently blocked, and then you can just pause it, let it in, and adjust your parameters, and it won't give you a problem every single time.
Now, one of the things that is important to know is that most bad websites, they just pop up, and then 2 days later they take them down because they get caught on very, very quickly. So we stop any website that's newer than 2 days.
Oh, okay.
So all of those are automatically blocked. So if somebody's building a website, you might realize you're going to be blocked, and you just have to allow your specific website.
All right. Thank you. Safernet.com. We have it, and it's like $3.99 per device for a couple, and then it drops down to $1.99 or $2. It's just cheap. Okay. I mean, I can't even think of why you wouldn't do it. It certainly wouldn't be for cost. Susie, what's going on with your grandson? Hi, Susie. Welcome.
I had bought my grandson a 2014 Ford Focus from AutoNation Subaru.
Okay.
And when I purchased it, I bought an extended warranty. Well, about a year later, he hit something underneath the car, and the engine had to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
So the warranty people told us we had to take it to another AutoNation dealership, which he took it to AutoNation Ford at County Line and Broadway.
I'm shocked that they even told you to do that. But then what?
There's no way that's going to be covered.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, Mark. But you took away the tease. Yeah. You took away. Yeah, tell him, Dano. Yeah. Okay, anyway, we're taking a quick break. We need to discuss whether you're going to be covered or not, Susie. Hold on. We got more coming up.
Everybody was jumping. There's no way.
Denver's talk station with Tom Martino.
You can't get insurance for stupidity.
KHOW, Denver.
Took away the tease.
Damn it, Mark. If I could have wrung your neck.
And he's supposed to be a professional.
No, but he took the words right out of my mouth. You know what?
We all were jumping.
What? You were going to say the same thing, right?
Of course.
Were you, Doc?
I was about to.
Did you know that it wouldn't be covered?
Of course. He hit something.
Yeah, I know it. Now her insurance might pay for it.
And you know what? This is what's weird. Insurance companies hate taking care of your engine in an accident, even when it's apparent. They hate it.
They hate taking care of anything.
Because
but especially engines and transmissions.
Because they don't know if it was
through
lack of maintenance or
they will definitely not give you betterment at all.
No, here, I mean, if he had full coverage insurance, it might cover that.
Yeah.
But
licensed, bonded, and insured plumbers that show up.
Did you ever send me that picture of him?
They do the job right, and they
Mark?
do it for a cost.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Hold on. I wanted to get one more. Thank you for reminding me. Let me get this other one done. Good idea.
Even though I like the little cartoon thing.
I think you can go for half an hour without me. What? Doc!
We were going to get that lady on...
I'll get it tomorrow. She never texted me back.
Okay.
But as soon as I get a text...
Bring the cash.
I will bring my
or just leave the cash here with me.
See you guys tomorrow morning.
At some point, you're going to need a plumber. Call these guys. You're going to love it. You're going to call up and thank me on the air like so many people do, weekend in, week out. Master Rooter Plumbing, 720-434-3406. Write it down, put it in your fridge, put it on your water heater, put it somewhere. 720-434-3406, 720-434-3406.
Oh, this is a good one right here.
Fake Doc.
All right, Rocky Mountain Retro Phone coming up 30 seconds.
Apps the television sitcom Scrubs from the perspective of the series stars Zach Braff and Donald Faison.
I'm sure this is so annoying, but I just want to say I love the show. And I'm always like, it's not annoying. Are you kidding me? That's like the best compliment you can give us. So,
well, it's annoying when you're eating food.
Join Zach and Donald twice a week.
10 seconds.
View former cast members, directors, and even creator Bill Lawrence. Listen to Fake Doctors Real Friends on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, the best insulation you can do after your house is built. So if you're looking to make your home more energy efficient, and you should be. In fact, do me a favor. If you're thinking at all about insulating to cut your energy costs, give them a call, and you have to at least hear an estimate, because they do it from outside the home, and they do it in a day or two. They inject it in every nook and cranny throughout your home from outside. You got to see the video, foamyourwalls.com. This is one of the only insulations that will pay for itself quickly because of how extreme it is. It even makes your home more soundproof and inhibits roaches and insects and rodents, and it also helps you with fire retardant. Oh my goodness, it's one of those products you think, what? Why haven't I done this? Foamyourwalls.com, 720-673-6333. Foamyourwalls.com, 720-676-6333.
Poster lately. Are you concerned about the future and how to protect your home? Do you want to become mortgage safe?
I can't believe that.
Affordable mortgage. Home values still at their highest level ever, and rates at historic lows. Now may be the best time to be prepared if the economy changes. Last time, many of our friends lost their home when it was unnecessary. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Many of our clients have the ability to tap their equity should the economy change, all without having to borrow the money now. We can show you how to access your equity in these uncertain times to give you peace of mind and allow you to focus on what's important, your family. Call Affordable Interest Mortgage at 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. We are locally owned and operated since 2001. Our reputation of putting you first with straight answers and listening are unmatched in Colorado. Let us help you protect your home. Take AIM, 720-895-0500, where it's all about you.
New innovations in treating erectile dysfunction are exciting, especially when you see them work for yourself. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to tell you today about a new treatment for ED that is giving some great results for our patients. This new medicine is a combination of two of the most popular ED meds available, and we are pleased to be one of the first to offer it in the area. As a therapeutic practice, the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is open, and we're not like the online pill companies that offer a one-size-fits-all approach to ED treatment. Our practice...
You know, if I was a property management company like that Lisa in Florida, I'd keep that also. They're responsible for it.
Are not in hospitals, and we always follow proper procedures to keep them clean.
What's your name,
Their property management is responsible for the deposit, security deposit. I would keep it if I was a property management company.
Well, I see what you're saying.
It's supposed to be not money that you put in the bank for earned interest. It's supposed to be in a separate account.
Yeah, it's all right if you earn interest, but you're right. It's supposed to be segregated. So I'm not going to plug that in right away. If I'm doing it and find I need it, then I'll signal you. Because I just want to see what happens when. Yeah, or I'll put whatever. Yeah, okay. So
David Horowitz reveals the stunning revelations in Blitz. Horowitz names the secret players and billionaires out to stop Trump. Donald Trump Jr. says you should read Blitz. See David Horowitz. Tune in tonight to Newsmax TV. Now America's fastest growing cable news channel. Newsmax is on all the cable systems including DirecTV, Xfinity, Dish, Spectrum, Cox, Optimum, Fios, Uber, Suddenlink, Mediacom, and many more. Just check your cable guide and make sure you get your copy of David Horowitz's Blitz. Already a #1 Amazon bestseller. Find it in bookstores everywhere. Or check out the free offer and save $28. Just call 800-NEWSMAX. That's 800-NEWSMAX. Or call in 30 seconds, gentlemen. Call Blitz411.com. Get Blitz today and see David Horowitz on Newsmax TV tonight.
This is Dave Logan from the law offices of Dan Campos, a serious law firm for serious cases.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
The Situation with Michael Brown. So a Minnesota bail plan for the protesters up there was $30 million.
Dude, look at that.
Spent only $200,000 bailing people out.
What is that?
The bail fund that all the...
what do they use it for?
Well, to bail out people, the riders.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Yes. Tom Mark.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, don't forget, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, 24/7 emergency service for broken springs or something that's important like that. And then, of course, they do regular garage doors. They're the best of the best, man. They Chappie runs this like the Marines. It's really cool. They're all really clean cut, good people there for you when you need them. They will do inspections of your entire garage door and do adjusting of safety bolts and safety settings and the cables, and it's all for just $80. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. I've used them on every home I have. One Clear Choice Doors for both the doors and for the openers, and they have the only companies that have pricing on their websites. Just full pricing on everything. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. I'm going to try this again, Susie. Now, I don't want to discourage you, but any damage done by an accident will not be covered by a warranty. And you started out by saying your grandson's car he ran over something or had an accident, and it affected the engine. Is that right?
That's correct. And his insurance company ended up paying for another engine, a rebuilt engine.
Okay.
And they put that in just a little over a year ago, and now a rod has blown in it, or however you say it.
I know exactly what's going to happen. Let me guess and see if I'm right or wrong. I don't mean to cut you short, but listen. If a rod went through that engine that was replaced by insurance, that warranty company is going to say, we didn't warranty that engine. The engine we warranted isn't even there anymore. What are they saying?
That's what saying is that it doesn't fall under their warranty. Now,
do they say it doesn't? Hold on. Susie, I need to know the reason it doesn't fall under the warranty. Is it because it was replaced, or is it because the rod would not be covered anyway? What are they saying?
They're saying that the oil level was just below the level line, so it's not covered. It has to be at full.
Did they actually give that as the reason?
That's what my grandson tells me, and he said he has a text and an email stating that.
Okay, I'd like to see that email. So I want to make it straight then. So really, this is not about the accident at all. This is about a 2014 Ford Focus you bought with an extended warranty. They won't cover the engine for a rod. They don't know the engine was replaced, do they?
Yes, they do. They do, because we took it back, or he had it towed back to that same dealership, which is at County Line and Broadway.
Are they the ones that did the engine?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That makes it better. So they did the engine, and no one mentioned anything about the warranty not covering the new engine, right?
Not that I am aware of, no.
And so right now they're saying the only reason they're not covering it is because he didn't maintain it properly with the oil.
Yes, he did all of the oil changes, so he doesn't have a list, of what you
Did they require any records of oil changes, or was it just the level line they were looking at?
He tells me it's the level line.
That doesn't make sense, because he could have lost oil after this happened, which would have brought it below level. So it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if they're flim-flamming him or if he's not telling you the truth. I don't know. I'd like to see any communication he has with the company. What you said it was AutoNation, but what was the extended warranty coverage?
AutoNation warranty. Through AutoNation, I bought it at AutoNation warranty.
Well, we have good we have contacts at AutoNation. Mark, don't we have pretty good contacts there? And they've been reasonable in the past, haven't they?
Yeah, we've got one really good one.
And Mark, you've dealt with AutoNation on problems. I don't think they're unfair, are they?
No, if it's legit, but honestly, if it says if the kid's oil was really low, that would void most.
Well, if it was really low,
they should. Yeah, but being the year car that is, they should be able to determine how often he did the oil changes through his service records, and then pull any data the computer has as far as if the oil light had been on or anything like that.
Okay, then here's what we need, Susie. Give us the the letters, any communications, please. Daphne will make sure we get this. We're going to mark this as a follow-up. And, we can call it the AutoNation extended warranty or whatever. But we'll go through and look at it and contact them. But first we want to make sure there's a case there. But we can probably cut through the mustard and let you know and make sure your grandson's communicating properly. How much is this repair, by the way?
Well, it's a new engine. That's what they're telling him.
Yeah, but did they say? But he doesn't have to put a new. He could put a used. Did they say about how much?
He could put a used, but no, I don't think that they gave him an amount. I think we were just making sure that if it fell under the warranty or not.
Okay, thank you.
And when he first took it in, this Miranda had called him and told him that the reason that the rod blew is because the oil was totally empty.
Well, hold on. Then that's totally different than being just a little under level. I mean, you're telling me two things. So somebody said it was completely void of oil, and then someone else said it was just under the level mark, right?
Told her, I have a video of me checking that oil. She said, she came back to him and said, oh, there's a misunderstanding. No, we'll have the inspector come and look at it.
All right, we just have to wait. Did they send an inspector, and did the inspector give a report? If so, we need that too. Anything you can give us to help us. Folks, remember this. When you have people contacting us, we don't want to be inundated with stuff, but we do want information. So make sure you take notes and keep information, and we'd love to help you, all right? And you can always call us with a problem, even before coming on the show, or if you need advice. And if it's in the middle of the night or whenever, you call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. You can call that anytime. It'll be routed to the show. Or 303-713-TALK when you know you're listening to us live here. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. This is really important stuff. It's everyday life unfolding. And we hope if you have any issues, you give us a call. We got more right after this.
Clear.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
A little bit of slowing on I-25 in both directions approaching 6th Avenue after a couple of earlier accidents. And crews working a rollover crash in Castle Rock, northbound I-25 just before Founders Parkway.
Will his insurance put a new engine in it? A new engine, you think, or a rebuilt engine? What was put in there by the insurance?
No, they said used. She said a used engine.
Oh, used, okay.
I think she said that.
And in a year, it throws a rod?
Clouds increasing later in the day, bringing with them some light rain showers, and much cooler tomorrow with a high in the low to mid-70s. It's 91 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Join the campaign.
Here we go. Mile High State and Joe Lazare. Both on.
Budget your small business. Go to denverisopen.com to get started. Then follow Westera Credit Union on Facebook and share the posts when you see them. Local businesses. Check out denverisopen.com.
Okay, MileHighEstatePlanning.com is perhaps one of the most important stops you make on the internet to find Blake Harris, attorney at law. When you hear me talk about estate planning, don't roll your eyes and think it's not for you. Or don't think you have it all knocked, because he'll give you a free second look or a free initial consultation. You need to make sure your estate protects your assets while you're alive and after you pass. And that maybe you want to make sure your children don't squander things. Whatever level of planning you need, Blake Harris can handle it. He can help you protect your legacy. Now, he'll do meetings any way that makes you feel safe. And you can even text this number I'm going to give you in a minute here. You go to MileHighEstatePlanning.com to find out more about him. He's handling stuff for me, for Mark, for all of us. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Blake Harris, the one we trust. You can too. 720-924-6171. Joe Lazare is someone else we trust. And we trust him for criminal defense. We refer him to so many people. I hope you don't need him, but right now, you might be listening, you don't need him, but you may just take his name and number. I'll tell you why. You may have a friend, maybe a relative, unfortunately, maybe a son or daughter that gets into trouble,
and they need someone to help them. Even if they made a stupid mistake, they acknowledge it, they want to move on, they still have to get through the system. Don't take it for granted. The law enforcement agencies and the courts are not your advocates. They're not. You need someone on your side. That is our system of judgment right now and justice. LazaraLegal.com, 2 Z's and 1 R. LazaraLegal.com. He does flat rate pricing, which is very important, so you know the price of everything. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. LazaraLegal.com. Thank you.
Lester Holt for in-depth coverage of the stories affecting us all in communities across the country. Turn to the most trusted TV news anchor in America. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other.
Some company names describe the business so well it's scary. SimplyFloorsInc.com is one of them. Hey, it's Mark Major, and I've used SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Is this a live? Is he doing this live?
I don't know.
I don't think
and
so.
on top of that, you'll save money. When you're looking for new flooring like hardwood, carpet, or luxury vinyl tile, you go to SimplyFloorsInc.com. You schedule an appointment online. They'll show up in their mobile showroom. They'll even help you with design. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trust the technicians that will provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality.
Some of these gags. Look at this one here. So this is a gag. So this guy just walks up here and goes, they're all in.
Remotely, securely, locally owned.
This is the guy. He doesn't know what to do.
What is it about?
It's just
or are they gags? They're real gags? Oh my God.
And they don't know what to do, so they do what everybody else is doing. She doesn't know what to do. Isn't that's funny?
No, I love it. He has a streamlined process that can be done
They don't know. You can get lost in YouTube.
If I get on YouTube or I get on Facebook, or TikTok, I'm done.
Oh, TikTok, I've never done TikTok.
I'm done. It's terrible. It's so terrible. I mean it. I have spent hours.
Yeah.
And then you see then you see something over there, somebody roasted on this show or somebody did, and then you click on, do you do that? Okay, then I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I do some.
What I really hate is those ones if you go through like Yahoo and they say ad and you try to go because it's something that's...
And then you can never get to it.
Right.
Or those fake clickbait.
Right. I just quit doing them.
hate clickbait.
If I see ad, whatever, I just do it.
Find them in your neighborhood Ace or order online for curbside pickup or delivery. And make this Father's Day one dad will always remember with gifts he'll love from Ace at participating stores. See store for details.
CVS Pharmacy delivers. And right now, to meet the needs of the current health situation, we're offering 1 to 2 day delivery for free. Get prescriptions and other everyday essentials like vitamins, allergy relief.
All right, back in 30 seconds.
Local CVS. We understand your concern, and this is just one of the ways we can help you to be prepared and stay well. Visit CVS.com or call your local CVS pharmacy to get started. Restrictions apply. Offer valid on orders with a prescription.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
All right, 10 seconds.
Yep.
Good morning, Dan Caplis in the afternoon.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Gina, let's now take your skylight thing going on here. And then we're also got some answer from the IRS on an issue that we'll follow up in a minute here. Okay, Gina. Oh, wait, are we almost done with the show? My goodness, we got to do that follow-up soon. Gina, what's going on? Gina?
Tom, I think her phone is having some issues. When I bring her up, it's just a lot of beeping. So her phone must be having issues.
Okay, let's make sure we get Gina on tomorrow. Okay, who got the IRS update?
So I decided to go ahead and resend a message to the IRS Media Relations, see if I could get someone to answer.
On which one, Daff? On the certified mail she sent?
It was a general question as far as can I get someone from the IRS to get back in touch with me. And so I now have a person. I'm communicating with her. I'm trying to get her to come on the show tomorrow morning.
You know, because that would be a good one for that child support thing. I wish that woman, if she's not listening, would call back.
Yes, and that and all of the general questions we're getting, we may be able to take a little pressure off of them by saying, hey, right now we're working really hard.
Right.
Sit tight. You're going to get it. And so I kind of pleaded my case, and I'm hoping that she'll come on
that
tomorrow.
is excellent. But I'll tell you what else now. We've done great, or I shouldn't say we. You did great getting the guy from unemployment to be a regular. You got the IRS person. I'm telling you, the complete trifecta. If we could get someone...
I instructed her to do all of that stuff, though.
Okay. If we could get... get someone from the stimulus... What do we call that department? Treasury?
That's
the stimulus?
IRS takes care of the stimulus. This is a double whammy.
Whoa, that could be good if we could do that.
I know. And if that's the case, I'd like the dinger to be moved up to a cowbell.
Why is that?
Because it's just a better,
a representation of female success?
Who doesn't love the sound of a cowbell?
I don't know.
Always
you got both of those so we can compare, Ants?
I can find a cowbell sound effect for you. I don't have one on the speed dial, but I can find one.
Yeah.
Grab a snippet of that famous Saturday Night Live. More cowbell.
Oh, I love that. Anyway.
That's what I was thinking of.
Anyway, here's what's really important, okay? So we got these contacts. We're going to use them to help you. And we always tell people they can call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. But they can also write and email us, help@troubleshooter.com, help@troubleshooter.com. And don't forget, becomethebanker.org. We had that on earlier as far as getting signed up for a private seminar. Then we out on SaferNet. SaferNet is for safernet.com, is for protection on your computer. And all the other fine people we featured. Now, Mark, what is happening in the stock market? Because now I'm hearing mixed things. Some were up, some indicators were up and some were down. I never understand that. But talk about that.
So the Dow was down a little, the NASDAQ's up. I'm not staring at it now, but that's all that means. It's pretty much a nothing day. It's a nothing burger in the market. It's not really too far up or down. It's just hanging out there. There's not much more to say about it.
Do you believe if you have a longer term outlook, that we should just not panic and stay where we are and that things will eventually
I wouldn't touch. If you're an active trader, you're going to do what an active trader does and move around all the time. But if you have a 401k or a retirement account, don't mess with it.
Okay. Well, you hear the music. That means we're out of time. Tell people about the show. More importantly, get them to call 303-MARTINO, and we'll take on any and all problems. We haven't forgotten about that nuisance abatement thing. We're working on that behind the scenes. So remember, folks, we say this and we mean it. Save all your problems for me.
I also found that
Christopher walking cowbell clip.
Excellent. All right, guys. See ya.
Adios.